When we last left off, our intrepid heroes plumbed the depths of Wolfclaw Keep and an ancient tomb/temple underneath. There, they found what a sorceress human they met on the ship dubbed timey-wimey bullshit. Some of the party, about half, got erased from a timeline and popped back as doppelgangers. It's fine. Tarnavak and an ancient cowgirl spirit led a ritual procession to help the other four members of the party enwrap themselves in the trinkets of death, bury themselves in tombs, and become as mummies, so that they could come up here to the very tip top of this tomb and peacefully, so far, meet the specter buried within. For while this may be a giantish tomb, it is very early in the giant's empire, it seems, and the figures buried in here included an Iona or Ionin, hard to say really, and this individual, Prince Arlen or Prince Arlane. Again, the giantess language has some weird gendered name issues going on. This prince was buried with 4 soul-bound Assyrians, these luminous, blue-skinned individuals with moon-like halos around their heads. They were likely the prince's harem, it seems, in the ancient days, and 4 of our party members have mimicked that action here in life. But all that was inside the prince's tomb was a single shard of glass, one that looked remarkably similar to that which you've seen in the elven wishing mirrors. When Hashat touched it, however, the specter of this prince, a androgynous, silk-veiled, armored figure, appeared, quite huge in stature, and said that he had been expecting someone he had spoken to in dreams, who you are not, yet all the same greeted you as friends. And that is where we pick up, as this giantish prince steps down from the sarcophagus, simply phasing through Hashat, as if she weren't there. Valeria makes a sound somewhere between a moan and a wince of pain as the prince's body passes through you and comes to rest more or less on the floor behind you, turns, says, "So many scions of dragons greet me as I wake. Why for one who wears the crown of Senatrea, 2 dragon children, and a servant, only 2 primordials. Strange indeed."
You know, he makes a point. We are a rather dragon-themed party.
Prince looks between Hashat and Ursula as you question him.
Wait, why am I faded?
You're not faded,
Because
you're
you're pink.
pink tinged because you
You're
took a
pink,
gender
Because
potion.
you're currently Yosina.
All right.
Yeah, you're now a lady kobold.
That'll change, but we needed you as a girl right now.
Yeah, give Szooth another couple weeks around the rest of you guys, and he'll go back to being a dude.
Yeah,
But yes,
not the outside appearance has changed all that much.
Excuse me, he has grown exactly 1 lash.
Oh, that's right. That was it. Your eyelashes got a little bit.
No,
Right
he grew
there.
1 extra. Instead of 3, there's 4.
Exactly.
It has perfect symmetry on the face.
It's just slightly covered over the mouth with fucking bandages, so. Yeah.
Oh my god. I am blanking here.
Remember,
Why were we looking for this guy in the first place again?
Because
A?
the Hobgoblin Empire was.
Okay.
Yeah, we're investigating what they were so interested in.
Well, Your Highness, if draconic lean surprises you, whom was it you expected?
I see the similarity now. And in the blink of an eye, he's over here, looming down over you, Tarnavak. A ghostly hand strokes your cheek. For you carry fire in your soul. The one I spoke to walked with lightning. Will gently flick one of your big old hobgoblin ears.
We still do have a few curiosities about exactly who it was. Like Tarnavak asked, you say one who carried lightning. Was he from your time, or were you expecting someone from a time further forward?
Prince seems perplexed by the question. Folds his hands together in front of himself. It's hard to say. Cronus has fallen in on herself here. Father's work unravels.
Kronos. That is not a deity I've heard before. Can you explain to me exactly what Kronos is?
Kronos, the great work, that which my divine ancestor strove for, the fluidity of time.
So, Kronos is the god and or thing that governs the flow of time?
Not a god, an ideal.
And it's because the ideal is warped in these lands that Kronos is not able to, I suppose, have a usual flow, yes?
So as you're saying this, you hear outside distantly what you're fairly certain Szooth is Rahit excitedly talking about Old Kingdom Frost Giant architecture as she enters the temple for the first time.
I think it's more literal, Szooth.
Yep. Yep. Good. Okay. Okay, now I don't have a bandage over my mouth.
Hmm. You have to forgive me, I'm more historian. I study what time has passed rather than what time is doing now. It's a little hard to wrap my brain around the concept.
Oh, wait, is he talking about, like, the thing that, um, Nahia, your other baby mama was, the cat one.
Mithras.
No, the one in the tower, the magician,
Oh,
the
literally,
wizard.
baby
Yes.
mama.
Why?
Well, she talked about, like, magic that was like uh, how the flow and it goes around like that. She was when you were talking about how her dreams and affecting how magic goes around. If time is also like that, that means it's like water pool, and if you it moves in a like magic, if it moves around like a stream around like that, but if you throw a rock into it, the stream goes all over the place, right? Is it like that?
I have no idea. I don't know. Spread my hands helplessly. Not my speciality. Not my knowledge center. Not my experience. I'm a paladin and a warlock. I never did any, like, actual official magical education. Most of it is gut checks and feelings.
Oh, okay. Well,
I do as I am whispered often enough.
okay. So, I mean, like the picture like that. If you think it like that,
Sure. I mean, I could imagine any kind of metaphor, whether it's correct or not. Different matter. Much better.
So, as your burb is flying over, Arlane is going to reach down and poke Tarnavak's crown. Ding, ding, ding. Strange. Such a thing does not belong in this time. Found you it here, or Senatrea's followers yet live.
Sorry, could you say that again?
He asked if you had found the crown here in the tomb, or if Senatrea's followers yet lived.
Not here, no. Lost Island Kingdom, ruled by frost drakes. They had claimed it as their own, and they fell more than 1,000 years ago.
He nods slowly. I see. The traitor dragons, fallen. Good.
There are very few dragons still around, yes, but we have a mostly peaceable relationship with them. They're old and powerful, but I mean, they're hardly about to go to war over it anymore now that the one of World's End is gone and gone. Not that you'd know them, I suppose.
What a delightfully pretentious title.
It was supposedly a very, very large being, capable of, well, ending worlds. Anyway.
Iona, it seems your work is yet undone.
Iona?
So this is going to have to open a history book at this point, keep scrolling through it rapidly every time this guy names drops.
The dragon slayer, in the other room, who saw us to this procession.
My
I guess you
child,
wouldn't have seen it.
my
Good point.
child who fell long before her time.
I feel like
Okay,
there's a lot
so-
of history to catch you up on, but perhaps we should resolve the matter of broken time in this place first, if it can be resolved.
Of course. Which one of you is the cleric who has summoned me hence?
Excuse me while I go while Hashat takes a nap here.
Alright, you want to flip over to Valeria?
Yeah, Valeria, I think they mean you.
You just hear a voice in your head whispering, I think he's meaning a cleric of his god.
Oh.
Uh,
I didn't say that out loud.
do you mean a specific cleric or any cleric?
You can't see the prince's eyebrows, but you can almost feel one of them arching slightly. My grandsire's voice in this tomb. The cleric of Parnas. Which of you called to invoke me?
Cleric Karnas.
I'm sorry, but Karnas has not been worshipped or present for a long time. Indeed, much of the, I suppose, what would have been seen as the old pantheon is either split or different to how it used to be. Not gone, just different.
And you question me as to why time is sundered.
The deal?
Oh, it's not sundered anywhere else but literally just here.
That does
Wait,
make
wait. Shit. Tries to hold up a hand and pulls both hands up. She gets like another rips fucking hands free. God damn it. Did you say grandsire Karnas? God, right?
Prince nods.
Maybe the only reason why it's, you know, all ripply in here is because they, you know, like a magic spell to protect you. If you say time and they do time, if they handle time, that means they can see forward or maybe backwards or like that. So
Heresy. It is the greatest duty
don't
of
know.
any priest of Parnas to preserve the flow.
even to protect you, they would not break that duty.
Never.
Well, it
While
really
I
was
am great and mighty, there are forces greater than even I.
Oh, like what?
The prince turns, looks at you over his shoulder like you're an idiot, proceeds towards the door. I must find he who spoke to me in my dreams. You will answer
Okay.
for awakening me.
I have a question. You broke Tarn, right?
I don't think they want to talk.
They're walking away.
He appears to be leaving.
Wait, Tarn. What if the
Is he
person?
even capable of leaving?
As
What if
he
the person who's?
Go ahead.
What if the person who talked to him in the dream is part of the Empire? Would that be why the
Almost.
Empire was here?
No, they never made it to. Remember, we came here and we're interested because the Empire was interested. There is definitely a
Yes.
member of the Empire that warranted all of this. They're the one who spoke to them. They're like Tarn, except with lightning instead of fire. So either they have been touched by some similar power, or they're represented in a different way. Regardless, if he means to go slap about this related Imperial Hobgoblin for his awakening, then I say personally let him, but that could be far too destructive.
What are the chances that whoever started speaking to him didn't know what they were messing with when they did so? It might not be in our best interest to let them speak.
I love that you assume we have a choice, Szooth.
I mean, I have to at this point. If I don't assume we can't do anything, then we would have never done anything. However, he does seem rather determined.
Let's ask for a name, maybe. Perhaps he has a name instead of calling them the one who walks with lightning. Unless that rings a bell to you at all, Tarnavak?
Does it, Savin?
Make a history check.
Sure. If it's about, Empire stuff, do I get advantage?
Yes.
Well,
All right. Well, the title "One Who Walks with Lightning" doesn't ring any bells to you. You do recollect that one of the great imperial regalia, these holy relics handed down from the beginning of the empire to the end, one of the three is a lightning sword.
I would guess he means the prince then.
I mean,
That sounds like the idea you had.
so is it just a sword that does extra lightning stuff, or is it like tell me a bit more about this lightning sword, please?
Sure. Unfortunately, you don't know much about it. It has not been wielded in battle in centuries. The Dragonblood Emperor, Braelid, of course, discarded lightning and took fire as his element as he burned bright like a dragon. But you know enough about Hobgoblin stuff to know a bit. Let me pop out his little handout here. So this is the sword Murakumo. It's a beautiful, long, curved blade passed down through the imperial regalia since time immemorial. Legend has it that the sword was gifted to the first emperor by Agaresh himself, a sign of divine favor upon a newborn empire. The weapon's full name is best translated as the Celestial Blade of Gathering Storm Clouds.
Yes. Then yeah, but the wielder of that would definitely
So it sounds
be
like that would be the
appropriate.
right one.
I did. Has the Crown Prince taken to wielding it? Or
Not that you
is
know
it-
of.
And it hadn't been mysteriously lost. It is meant to
Nope, it
be
is.
in a known location in
Yep,
Gastagoth.
it is.
Not Gastagoth, sorry, but that was the old capital.
It is sitting in a great archive vault in the imperial capital. It's probably got a nice display case somewhere near the throne.
We should probably tell him that the wielder is gone. You don't want him waging bloody murder on the palace or the people. War on the homeland means injuries for civilians and all that stuff. I would like to see to these Assyrians, though.
I shall go and speak with the prince if he is not yet gone.
Oh, I can see him from here.
Luckily, he's been too busy walking loftily to be able to walk fastly.
Well, they went through the front door, so I guess let's just go this way.
So, Tarn, as you approach the prince, you see that he has arrived at the door and has stepped through the front door and then has arrived at the front door and steps through the front door. He arrives at the front door and he steps through the front door.
Oh, that's interesting.
It appears to be stuck in a time loop.
Oh no, you've started a time paradox.
Every time he reappears, there's just a shattering glass effect, and then everything snaps back to where it was.
Does is there any indication this guy's aware of what's happening to him? This loop?
He is facing the wrong direction.
Your Highness?
Just as he's about to step through the door, he pauses, looks over his shoulder. Crown Dragon. If you wish to swap words, we may. You are royalty after all. Turn to face you.
I may know something of the what who walks with lightning in their soul. Said, reach up and touch here. Said, he is of my race, yes?
Prince will nod slowly. He seems as you are, save that he had no dragon markings, no foul blood in his veins. A pure and mighty specimen. Glorious.
I see. My people's homeland, there is a relic blade held in the keeping of the royal family that is infused with celestial lightning. It's
Ah, yes. Grandmother's blade, of course. That must be why he could speak to me. This man, take me to him.
I cannot, Your Highness. That my homeland is closed to me. To return, I would require an army.
Have you no retainers and barons to your name?
A scant handful. I was exiled.
The line of succession of that nation is complicated.
And you say the Lightning Walker is now on the throne.
The new imperial family, House Ruzak, they claimed the blade. Though the first of them, he set it aside in favor of making his own attempt to imitate dragonkind. It is still in their keeping. I believe it is their crown prince who would have used it.
And it seems all is right in your empire. Dragon cultists removed. Bearers of the primal blade restored. Very well then. We'll start turning towards the door, then pause and look at Hashat. That blade of glass. Keep it with you, child. You will need it before summer's first flame.
I will.
We'll begin stepping through the door this time, and this time he passes through.
Oh, he's just going to leave. I can't tell. I'm not sure if this is good or bad.
I think at least he will not make war upon the capital.
Well, it sounded very friendly to that idea of friendship with less than stellar.
When he talked about this individual and going to meet them, can we get like infer like a kind of like a generalization of his intent towards this? Like, did he seem
Yeah, you can roll insight.
aggressive to the prospect of finding this guy, or okay, so roll some.
Also, while you're
insight.
rolling that, Szooth, Nahia, as the prince departs, these four soul-bound specters sort of dissipate out, returning to mists.
Well, hopefully they've gone on to a dream they want to be in.
Oh, Valera. Oh,
25. Nice.
Mighty indeed. All right. You think that Valeria thinks the prince, as he says, wants to speak to the hobgoblin who bears this lightning blade, but you also get an undercurrent of annoyance and determination. You think he's going to go demand some answers, too.
maybe he wants that sword back, or maybe he wants the sword or something.
I have a
Or I don't
question.
know,
Wasn't the Karnas statue like
busted,
the
yeah.
elf? Yeah.
It's
'cause he's a
black
dead
ichor, indeed.
Much like the statue of, is it Infern?
Yeah.
What was the Primordials of
Elf.
Fire called? And also
No, the elf dude.
him too.
The fire. No, I was talking about the Pantheon.
Yeah, so am I.
Oh,
There were 3 statues that were all bloody.
yeah, the fire primordial.
Yeah.
And what the fuck? What the fuck did he mean that primordial and looking at Hashat and me?
I don't know. He said there were 2 primordials in here.
He lived in the days before the first dwarf walked. He would have. The closest would have been another earthen primordial, I suppose.
But oh, so like 2 earth primordials, or like
I don't know who the other one is, but I guess he could tell that someone here also has some extended bloodline.
Right, I'm gonna go ask him what he means by primordial.
Yeah, I suppose.
No,
Is he outside?
outside.
So as you go outside, you see no sign of the prince. There's just a Tassie and Hesteth sitting out in the ruins of the keep. Look up at you.
Hey Tassie, did a giant come this way?
She gives you a little up nod and smiles. Oh yeah, I see a big giant coming right at me. B5 fo fum.
No, really.
That is a no.
Black dress, white hair, well, black armor, white stuff.
It wouldn't be the first time I've seen someone just kind of disappear this week.
Well, at least that. Did you see anything like that? Big, like giant size, like larger than Hashat? black
No.
armor, white hair.
No, you're the first people to come out of there.
It just stops for a second. Wait a second. Why does that sound familiar?
Why does what sound familiar?
White hair, black armor, covered face.
Mm.
Do I make a history check?
No, it's cough, cough, flappy, flappy. Makes, makes like a winging
Morgan?
wing. No, that one. The one that can't do that anymore.
No.
Our friend in the tower. Hint, hint. And his wife.
I suppose there is a passing similarity, but
The size, yes.
What? Who are you talking about?
Think winter.
Somebody that likes black armor, big sword, and has a really smoking hot wife that lives in a magical tower.
I mean, he's just an elf.
He's just an elf now, especially now.
Yeah, but before that.
I mean, he was still just an elf.
Just air quotes.
I must confess I'm not sure what you are getting at beyond the similar aesthetic.
I don't know either. That's why I'm trying to think of what it is. It's like a bigger version. Okay, a really, really bigger version.
I'm gonna shut up.
But
I do think this is simple coincidence, Ursula.
okay. Hopefully
Yeah.
it doesn't. Hopefully this ghosty boy doesn't. Prince doesn't go become friends, or the what was it, that crown prince she said. That they don't become friends, and since
That might be annoying.
It would certainly make life a little more difficult, but not unbearably so.
have you seen how big a giant can be?
Aye.
Well, how big? I actually haven't seen how big a giant can be.
What? Did you escape for fighting then?
Sorry,
I
who
was
was?
busy with other things back then. Savin, how many years ago was that?
The War of the Giants? And that's what you're
Yeah.
referring to? Was about 25-ish years ago.
Yeah. It just points to her stomach. Just was busy with other things back then.
I had just been born around that time.
Of course, that would have been when that happened. I am quite familiar with how large they can get. It's things like that leave a lasting impression in a teenage boy's mind.
Yeah, trust me, there's a lot of things that can leave impression on the mind. Well, I don't remember exactly what it was that did it on me in the first, but now I fixed it, so that's good. Wait, wait. Is mind and head the same thing? Or is that like separate from skull?
That is a question that has troubled scholars for as long as there have been scholars.
No, I mean, literally. When you're talking about your mind and head, is that the same thing as your skull, or does it mean like the inside?
Well, there isn't a good answer to that. I mean, there are plenty of things that have minds and don't have skulls, or don't have a brain that's normally inside them.
Okay, but for things that have it then.
The prevailing theory, as I understand it, is that the mind is most closely tied to the brain itself. The skull is just armor.
Okay, then I get it. Then the first thing that made impression on my skull, I don't know what it is. But that was the big one that I popped out.
God damn it, DC!
Nice.
Speaking of DCL, I've been waiting for an opportunity to poke back to you for a second. Would you make a perception check for me, oh Kobold of many eyes? Okay, neat. So as you're sort of milling around back here, poking your snoot around, well, while everyone else has been wandering around, maybe you were picking out bugs or something, but you notice that, there's this big sarcophagus and the lid tipped off when everyone moved it to reveal that shard of glass in the bottom. On the bottom of the lid itself, though, you notice that there's some carvings. You can just kind of barely make out a little bit of them, though, from here, and the whole thing's too heavy for you to flip over on your own.
Oh, I was muted. Damn it. I was saying, okay, so you're saying I can't see the carvings in full because of the lid, or?
Yeah, they're on the bottom of the lid, which is currently like resting on the side of the dais here.
Huh.
You can just
are the part-
you're just rooting around and kind of catch a glimpse of them.
What does it look like from the parts I can see currently?
Make an intelligence test. See if you can piece together what it is just from.
The
Okay.
duality of dice.
Alright, looks like a fucking squiggle, man. Maybe his headdress got caught in something and just, notched a line in it.
Let me know if you want Nahia to rub her special eyes on it.
I was about to say, hey Nahia, come.
Hey, Nahia, come look at this funny squiggle.
Okay. If it's secret code, I'll hopefully be able to understand something of it. Where is it?
Down here. I don't think it's a code or anything. I just find it hilarious.
Okay.
Nahia, as you look down, this particular squiggle that Szooth's found looks like a penis.
Huh.
Hmm.
Who was drawing dicks here?
Wait, somebody drew dicks?
Did I just find archaeology?
Suddenly the whole party's just like, oh,
Sorry,
penises!
1 second. I must utilize my professional education on this matter.
Activate full brain.
Wait,
Hey, look, if it turns out that the giant god-ish, the Prince S, happens to be into some funky shit, and they've got some cool inscriptions written along the edge, it is part of religious posterity that I inspect.
Alright, so to see this, because you're fucking massive, you've gotten, on your back and are squeezing your head underneath where this...
Surely I just fucking lift it. I'm jacked.
Can we
towards
just
shit.
lift
Yeah, if
this
you want to just
thing?
lift it, that's a
Yeah, I was
whole
gonna
nother
say,
story.
I don't have to creep around on the ground. I can just lift a thing. I'm
Alright,
huge.
yeah. As soon as you lift it, what it is immediately becomes apparent. Let me just pop you guys over to the map real quick.
Well,
Oh,
fuck.
no, Savin.
Okay.
What?
It becomes a Nahia.
it's a map?
Yeah,
No,
so
it becomes a
indeed,
Nahia,
there is
not
a
parleys.
penis right in the corner of this, and there's a
Yeah.
womb over here, and hey, look, there's some big balls.
Huh.
But no, the actual geography of this island looks much different. This island is significantly larger, though more or less the same shape, and it's connected down to these islands, and these islands over here are connected. But what's interesting to you is, of course, there's a big symbol of the moon on the island you're currently on. And up here, there's, not a whole lot of anything, really. There's what looks like a city indicator, here or so.
Yeah. Not unsurprising there.
Yeah, and gee, wonder why. There's a symbol of a pentagram and a sun right here, just north of Dethick Dale.
Huh. Might have to look that one up.
There is another city
With that
icon right here on
notification-
Nevrak, which is...
Can you-
I'm sorry?
Could you put a notification for the pentagram and sun here on this?
Sure, I'll just pop that little icon out real quick.
Pretty sure you've got map pins for that if you've added them.
I already had a thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
So there's something
to
up
know.
there. There's another city icon where Nevrak is. And then just south of what you now know as the Giant's Graveyard, there is a symbol of two great feathery wings attached to a tree, which seems like a weird thing for wings to be attached to, but there you go.
Say, Voroni, does that have any religious relevance to you? Is that Herona's?
Corona?
Oh, we should definitely stop by there.
Perhaps.
Yeah, there are no more duplicate Nahias running around with fucking Voron's brain snapped into.
No.
Yeah. Ron was suffering from some severe dissociative personality disorder there. Little familiar made of magic being ripped through time and space. It's not a good time for him.
No. Nor indeed, I suppose, for the observant god who rides shotgun to
Yeah.
to
If
try
Mori
and lead
was
the
looking at you at any
there.
point, she probably has a hell of a nosebleed.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, she would be looking at one pine stream through one eye and another one through the other. So they were I'm just gonna lay down on the ground and start puking for the next 15 fucking minutes while this is going on.
I have
I
chosen.
imagined it more as those children's kaleidoscope telescopes.
I will be on the ground puking for the next 15 minutes then.
I have chosen.
Really
that
wasn't
was
surprised.
Yeah, he's lost contact with us. We're in one of those
We're
areas.
like his favorite adventure. We just get up to so much dumb shit.
Oh,
Those two probably
we're
sit
just-
there with popcorn and watch.
Yeah, we're just the new hotness. That's all.
We're the new TV show, since the old adventurer is all retired and stuff, and presumably because his daughter-in-law said, "Stop it." Sorry, granddaughter-in-law was like, "Please."
Can you not be adventure retards for 2 minutes?
Oh no, she warded her entire her whole laboratory.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Too
But
many
yeah.
secret.
So those are the only things of real interest on the map that you can really see here. Of course, Lake Parhan is much larger, and the mountains have a few indications of like little tribes of various monsters here and there, but no other city icons. Though there is a note on it. You can't tell what it means. It looks like a giant vacuous pit right about here or so in the forest. Which in this time the forest
Just
icon
coincide
appears
with the lake.
much larger. Yeah, right where the lake is now. This looks like a huge fucking
Okay.
hole.
Let's go check that out at some point. Who knows? There might be some kind of legendary space rock that sort of crashed down there a long old time ago and, since filled in with rain.
Hey, wait. Wait a second. Vora works now, right?
Okay, Starstone would be cool to find.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you tell Mori if you well, not tell, ask if you found and if he's done over there?
Oh, we'll know as we go past.
Well,
We'll be
you can
slowing
literally
down.
just ask her.
Yeah, presumably when we're out of here.
Well, Voron works now, so
Yes, it just means that his poor brains haven't been scrambled to pieces by being split in twain. I would be surprised if this plates weren't still actually, warded itself. We'll ask when we're outside. It's okay. There's no rush. We've got a lot of time by boat.
okay. And I don't think we're not allowed to take anything from here, or
Let's not. It's probably a terrible idea. We'll case the place in case there's anything dangerous, but
I was going to
after that,
ask, if we should like root around in here for something.
In the off chance he ever gets out of here, I'm not sure I want to risk that.
Oh, if you got something tasty in there, Ursula, looks like Voron hungry.
He'll
I'll
look
say-
around and say, well, if the source of the magic was the prince, I could try to detect magic again. Might find something.
Sure, I've still got one more shot of Divine Sense as well, and hopefully it won't blow my brains out. I am going to start from further away than that coffin, though.
Probably wise.
yeah, it was so nice to get out of those clothes, though.
I don't know. I think that the dress I was given was actually quite pretty in a hauntingly terrifying way. I think Mori will really like it if I can get the hems up.
Yeah, but it's
Also, I believe that Isirans are Fae.
Are they?
Mm,
no.
I've never heard of their kind before.
they're like the first kind, or one of them. Obviously, there are so many people who keep claiming to be the first kind that fuck if I know. Yeah, no, this place still hums with undeath, Fae, and celestial power.
when the detect magic ritual ends. Rahid will walk around for a bit and then alight on this fireplace again. There's still magic in this place, but something more than just that all-consuming fire, I think.
Yeah?
Well,
I-
that all-consuming fire is an asshole, but still.
No argument, but I sense conjuration from somewhere here.
Find
That
your
Wait a
what?
minute.
conjuration, the school of magic I specialize in. That fire, though, was almost certainly either evocation or transmutation. Possibly a little
You
both.
might say that, but in the Magister's Tower, their fireplace is actually a fire elemental that jumps from spot to spot.
Think it's behind the fireplace or behind the wall. If we stick our hand in there, are we gonna light on fire forever?
I really wouldn't recommend it.
Tell you what. I'm going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself and stick my hand in the fire since I don't immediately burst into flames with fire touching me.
Alright. You take 26 damage after your fire resistance. Ouchies.
Oh, that is some special fire. But-
However, go ahead and roll an investigation or a perception test. This could kind of go either way.
Well, we got bird help, so.
Bird
Yeah.
does not want to explode. He ain't going in
I'm
there.
going to. Does anyone have an inspiration I can throw into this?
Let me check. It should
I
have.
do. I have an inspiration. But I feel like I'm going to need to keep it myself or something.
Here you go. Take mine.
I kind of
Thank
have
you.
something I need to do. So.
Come on, dice be cool. Fuck bugger.
Womp.
Bam.
Alright.
Investigation, not perception.
I said either one.
Investigation or perception, and honestly, perception
Oh,
is my higher one.
1d4.
I did. It gave me an 11. It's not gonna do it.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Alright.
you stick your hand in there, it burned real fucking good. You pull your hand out, ouchie, ouch, 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 ouch.
Oh god, did I not even get the image that there might be something in there?
You didn't get much of an image of anything other than just a white-hot searing pain.
Can I try? Instead of using
Uh,
my kobold cans, I will use my spirit wings.
That's
Okay.
a good idea.
Yeah,
Be
turns
careful.
out you can't hurt the ghost wings, so you just hop around in there. Go ahead and roll an investigation or perception.
All right. It's investigate. Hey.
Wow. So there's nothing in the fireplace itself, but as you bop your wings around inside, feeling for anything out of the ordinary, you stick one of them a little up the chimney, because obviously there's a chimney that leads out of this place, otherwise you'd all suffocate. And there's a stone in there that feels really off.
Huh. What happens
Secrets.
If I push it.
Did you
Right.
find a secret stash?
There's a as you push the stone, and the mantle above the fireplace flips around.
Oh.
Oh, that's very rad.
And it reveals that there is an axe attached to a pair of like cold iron bracers on there that are keeping it in place.
There's a what
Hey,
attached to
what?
cold iron braces? Sorry, you cut
A hand axe. It looks to be made of like big solid white bone with the on the handle and of the blade, and the handle itself is this gnarled, nasty looking black wood.
Fancy.
Hardcore.
Oh. Cool axe.
I'll retrieve it from its place, I guess. And
It's
Or-
like 15 fucking miles up as well, so can't fucking reach it.
Yeah, Ursula gets on her tippy toes with it. She doesn't even get to the mantle itself.
Well, you have been looking for a near one-handed weapon, Ursula. How do you feel about dope axe?
Well, I'm not gonna complain. It's no Dragonstone, but it's...
How big is this axe? Like you said, it's a hand axe, but I am assuming that's a giant.
Yeah, it is a giant-sized hand axe.
So it's like a battle axe then.
Yeah, for any of you, it would be a battle axe, assuming it doesn't resize down.
Well, let's see.
It should
Yeah.
resize itself if you
Does-
attune to it.
If it's magic, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Rahid, can you check? Oh, wait,
Yes.
can you identify?
That's the source of the magic. I
Ooh.
can identify it, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Should we do that outside of
Look,
this place,
I was
or
just
would you
gonna
like to do it
say-
in there?
All right.
As much as
Well,
I
if
like
that sounds-
being underground, this place is kind of spooky.
I don't know. I feel like I
What?
should be made. I should feel uncomfortable about how at ease I am in a fucking tomb. But go figure. It's very difficult to be skeeved out by them these days.
When you live with the risk of death at every minute, everywhere you go is your tomb.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I hope you don't explode.
Well, let's entomb you. Picks up Szooth and puts him in. Puts her in her cleavage.
Hand axe.
Yeah, but if it doesn't resize, which would it
Oh.
be?
It would be a battle axe.
So the versatile one.
Cool.
Let's do this outside in the sunlight.
Szooth has accepted his position.
Alright.
GTFO.
Rihi will politely ask Tarn to move because she can't get past him without, like, putting him under her dress, which would be awkward. Thank you.
Oh no!
Especially since Tan's horns would probably tear that lovely dress.
Yeah, it would be a bad time for her. Probably a great time for Tarn.
How do you feel about all of this then, Tarn? Finding out that your potential, I suppose, rival for the throne to be is apparently being followed after by the past prince of a dead civilization for a dead god.
Well, I'm not entirely sure how I should be feeling. This could either go well or go very, very badly for me.
It could though.
I feel like it's a
That's
question.
I mean, at the same time, we've done no less crazy shit ourselves.
Indeed, but well, it's even though I don't think it will change the inevitable outcome. I don't particularly. I'm not particularly happy about anything that makes it harder to get there.
I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, if his association with the giants and their tyranny, dependent on how their conversation goes, it could be exactly what I need to help turn more of the populace against him.
Sure. At the same time, though, you're trying to turn the populace against him by, insisting that there would be a difference in changing the tyranny of this land and how the leaders would be different. Him trying to secure alliances with a similarly historically conquering, captivating, tyrannical empire of
I mean, it's really
battlefield
just
winning monsters is a Nah.
I mean, it's really just him.
We don't know if it's just him. And a lot of the people I would be trying to reach would be the officer caste. They were alive during the Giants' War as well.
Fair. Did the giants then wreak similar havoc on the nation Imperial?
Aye. It got bad enough that even though I was still a cadet, I had to fight them.
Huh. I can't imagine what it's like to be, young, underprepared, and made to face off against such beings. They are before my time.
I can relate.
Okay, but yes, for you, life is different.
Life is a constant battle against giants for me.
Yeah.
He will
Just
just
gonna-
chuckle slightly under her breath.
I'm just gonna pat Szooth on the head.
Emotion
You
that is
pat him
no
down.
doubt. Yeah, I was gonna say emotion no doubt made awkward, whereas that pushes him further into Ursula's tits.
Imagine Szooth having to come to a town for the first time and being so small that everybody doesn't see him. The major city.
Yeah.
It's a hard life for a little kobold.
You know, it would be hilarious if the first suckers you meet are dwarves, so they must be that much bigger, and then, oh shit, they all are.
Get the false equivalents and then get it blindsided. But yeah, no. Jesus.
About this time, Rahit has finished her ritual and will present you the axe. It is indeed a magic throwing axe. One that returns to hand, and something about it I couldn't quite identify, though. Perhaps try hitting someone really hard with it.
That
Wait a
sounds
second.
fucking wild.
Huh.
Wait a second. It's a... Okay, I see what we have to do now.
Oh, I'm gonna start it. Wait. Oh, yeah, requires attunement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we do that? Catch our breath and then head down to our boats?
Yeah, let's get off this island.
Well, just everyone takes about an hour to ready himself up, and then we can get jogging.
Sure. Who's going to
Hey, you know
attune
what
to
would
the
be
axe?
great? You know what would be great if you take this axe and then also we go and like barter to get Dreadstone off of the other party. That way you can have 2 returning throwing axes.
That would be cool. Yes.
So I take it Ursula's attuning to the axe?
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, indeed, at the end of this short rest, the axe will squish itself down to hand axe size for Ursula.
Shame.
Let's see. What's hand axe damage?
D6. You can just drag a +1
Yes.
hand axe to your character sheet.
But what
Okay.
if... Yeah, definitely need to go get that other one too. That'd be really cool.
Go. And then let's see. It is. Read this. Yeah, you're proficient to initiative, which is fucking nice.
Yeah,
And
very
then,
fast dwarf now.
Oh, that's good.
as well as damage rolls. So that's even better. Okay, so we'll adjust. Initiative modifier, okay, +4.
Oh, wow.
So that's yeah, that puts me at 6 initiative, and I already have advantage. Alright, have to roll these. Okay, next.
So hey Szooth, during the course of this short rest, do you just keep your little special eye glasses on at all times?
Generally speaking, it is like just a little monocle.
Yeah. Alright, so while everyone's chilling out at the keep, you're meandering around doing your thing. You see something way off in the distance. Even for your special eyes, this is so far away you can just barely make it out. It's like right on the horizon. Looks like 4 ships heading your way
Oh, fuck.
from the south.
That seems like something we do not want.
What's up?
I am seeing 4 ships off the horizon. They seem to be headed directly towards this place.
Are they coming from the south or the east?
Savin.
South. From the direction of
South what?
Suncrest.
It's time for us to leave.
Yeah, we need to go.
We're legging it.
Right then,
We're legging it.
Zooth starts frantically getting all his things.
I hope the Nubians are gonna be okay.
Yeah, they're innocent enough people.
I'll
And
try
as
to-
well, they'll probably end up destroying themselves and all of the coral if they go for us.
I'll try to keep my eyes on them. Maybe we're just assuming they're the wrong type of people? I'm an optimist
Better
at
not
heart.
take that risk.
Indeed.
Oh,
What's up?
let's head down to our boats and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So it takes you a full day from Wolfclaw Keep back to the Anubian village. By the time you get there, almost certainly the ships will have arrived.
Wait, how far down is it?
It is 48 miles. So with your
Wait,
double speed, it is a day away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there rules for us to take exhaustion to double time a journey?
You can press on through the night, yeah, because you're already like halfway through a day of travel.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this will be a con check from everyone, or con saving throw, I should say.
All right. I mean, everyone crowd around me. Up 2. Okay. Well, good thing Szooth doesn't have to walk.
He's faster than all of us, so.
Well, yeah, but also he doesn't have to because he
But
just,
yeah.
titty papoose.
Piggybacks.
He's a small, light little shithead. So.
Hey.
All right. And I'll need one from Hala as well, Kina.
Oh, right.
Also, the Hobgoblin merchant lady. She might end up with a rank of exhaustion.
I was fucking laughing. I was like, I bet Szooth will be the one. It was a safe bet.
No, it was Tassie. Tiny little noodle elf legs give out like immediately.
Aw, poor Tassie.
Piggyback time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna.
Just give her milk, so.
Yeah, she will happily be princess carried and given milkies to get her there.
Yeah.
So low. So strong.
Yeah, she's into it. However, as the party makes their way through the night, of course, darkness falls, Szooth, you lose track of all these ships in the night. But when dawn comes the next day, you guys are getting up towards the villager, now heading along the coast. You can see the little Nubian village down below you, the bottom of a hill. And as sun comes up and you can begin to see the ships out on the horizon, Szooth, there are fewer ships now. They're much closer, but there only seem to be 2 ships, and both of them appear to be wrecks.
What?
They are drifting.
Huh.
Huh. That's
However,
weird.
there is a 3rd shape on the horizon. You've
Is it our
crested
boy?
this hill to get back into a view of these ships.
Is it Leviathan, Shan?
No, it is not.
Oh.
It is a 3rd ship, an airship, which is currently orbiting the 2 seaborne ships and is continuing to just piss ballista bolts into them.
Oh my god.
It has
Savin?
about a
Oh.
dozen heavy weapons on each side, and every time it circles, it just keeps pumping rounds into them.
Yes, you lovable little meow.
Yeah, looks like they sent in the big guns to meet us.
Aw. I mean, yeah, it has to be, like, it has to have been.
Huh. Either way, I'm certainly not complaining.
No, indeed. I
Oh,
love my
so
baby, but
that's-
we're running double skeleton crews on both ships with the numbers spread out. We can't really defend ourselves.
Not a good
Well,
time.
Yeah. I hold up Szooth like a spyglass and just.
Yes.
Use your special eyes, Szooth. So yeah, as you get closer towards the bay, you can see this airship has deployed an air wing of Griffin Knights who are swooping down into the sea to either pick up or pick off survivors. You can't really tell at this distance.
Griffin, please.
As the 2 remaining ships pretty much completely sink into the water.
Heck, I could
Ah,
probably get a good look with
funny.
the actual for real spyglass made for seeing these distances. I know that we keep leaning on poor Szooth and his special eyes, but I pull out the tool made for seeing further.
Wait, what happens if you give Szooth the spyglass?
He
I'm not
sees
willing to make that
into
risk. Both
infinity.
he and the spyglass might explode.
No, it's just you see faster than light, and it's just darkness.
You see fucking Savin waving back at you.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it would actually just end up shooting a laser into his eye as soon as he looked at something bright.
Oh shit, that's not even.
Permanently
Gosh.
blind him.
Oh my god. Or Szooth.
So yeah,
if you ever
Szooth
wanted an eye patch.
Nahia get to watch these 2 remaining ships in this little Amazon flotilla sink, and whatever crews survived the attack are picked up by a bunch of Eagle Knights and carted back onto the ship, which once the Amazon fleet has been dealt with, slowly, majestically turns around and starts going back towards Bergolf.
Can we do him a big old flag wave instead, so that they can see us? Does anyone know a Progothian symbol for their navy?
Wouldn't have the faintest
I
idea.
say, despite the fact that actually I should probably know that if it's a navy.
You know, we have France here.
He's on the boat though. We won't be able to wave him in time otherwise. Unless France has already done that. It's not like I would stop him or have him be stopped on the ship if he wanted to put up a signal.
Could I roll, like, history, I guess? See if it's something I picked up at War College?
I'll give
Sure.
you advantage then. See if it's something that I picked up in Boatland. Don't.
Unfortunately,
Apparently we both slept through that lesson.
the current signals of the Arunan Sky Navy are a mystery to you, but even if they weren't, it's unlikely unless they were looking right at you with a spyglass that they would see it.
That would be awesome, though, if I look down the spyglass, this one glint like a fucking sniper on the grassy knoll, and someone goes, "Huh!" We just look through it and both wave.
Or unfortunately, they look at Szooth, who's using his eagle eyes and a spyglass, and they both, the captain of that ship and Szooth, laser themselves. Oh, no.
Well, it's like the magnifying glass trick from both ends.
Oh no.
Wait, question. You said
Just
that it, you
Hindenburg
said
the
that it,
airship. Oh no!
Oh no! Boom! Oh, the humanity.
Cuts through it like an
You wait.
orbital laser.
I have a question. You said that it was going up here and then going that way.
Yeah, it is. It has finished
It's
its
heading back
AC
towards
130
Onderland.
job and is turning around to go back to Pergolith.
It's heading back towards Onderland, their territory first. Then it will head north, I guess, after that.
Got orbital death laser. They don't have enough actual fucking wizards to deal with airships because they're all dumb racists.
Well, I'll give something a go. If we see the Eagle Knights on the way there, I'll do something. I'll focus that beast speech. I'll do my beast speech, and once we get up high enough, we get as close as possible, I will do the fucking scree that I did when I was talking to Deathwing.
Hey guys, you should. Oh wait, no, never mind. Is this only on yourself or?
No, it's on the.
Your
I can only do
target.
it myself.
You create one. Your voice. Can you cast
That's right.
thaumaturgy on other people?
What's the
Yes.
target?
It says see text.
Okay, well, depends on what you're trying to
can
do
do
with
it
it
on
then.
grip.
We'll look it up.
Voices specifically yourself.
That's unfortunate. Then I cannot give.
Mm.
Then I can't give this beast speech thing a megaphone.
And,
Unfortunately.
No, but here's the thing: eagles have really fucking keen hearing, like mega
Sure,
miles.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure we'll get the chance to thank them in the future. I mean,
Well, I
fuck.
shall
I'm probably
try.
once we get to it. No, all right.
Yeah, I will still try. I
Uh,
will
Can't stop you
literally do the fucking murder bird screech as loud as I physically can, even
Oh
if I
wait,
hurt myself.
I can do that too. I forgot. I keep forgetting my other power.
All
is
right,
beast speech,
you
but I
both
never use
begin
it.
screaming autistically off the side of this
Really?
hill. The
Autistically.
Anubians start coming out of their houses like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean,
I
surely
do a
they've also been
single-
watching fucking Death Eagles.
And it's so far on the horizon, they probably can't see anything. They might be able to see like the outline of the airship bopping around.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but still,
when we get back to
do you want me
Avar,
to roll
I'm
something?
sending the fucking Navy a bunch of bottles of alcohol.
Can...
Yeah, Savin,
Mhm.
do you want me to roll something?
No. What are you saying in Eagle though, if you're using that ability?
I will scream that, hey, we're down here, Pergolith, France.
All right. You hear back a very distant screech, barely audible at this distance, saying, "We love you too! Say hi to Franz! We love Franz!"
Oh, they love friends. It's so precious.
Okay, well, at least I'll try.
All right.
Well,
Hopefully
Hey,
I don't
Hashat,
know, maybe the
if you end
fucking,
up visiting there over the winter, can you gift them some alcohol for me? I'll be happy to pay.
I mean, we're going to go to Pergolith anyway.
Yeah, it would be great if you could stop by.
No, I
'cause
mean,
that.
we're all going.
Oh, right. Yeah, shit. They probably want to say thanks and stuff, don't they?
We're having a great big feast.
Right. I forget. It's been. I don't know if you've noticed, but this last week has felt like months. It's been a busy time.
Yeah,
a
I'm
little
looking
bit
forward
hectic.
to taking it easy for a bit. Can we go now?
Yep.
All right, let me grab some NPCs off the Emperor's will here.
Well, we're onto the Emperor's Will and touring the Wave Shore.
Yeah. I just don't want to move all of the NPCs over, so I'm just going to pop you guys onto the Waveshorn
Sure
map.
thing.
Lit. There are so many people on this fucking boat now.
It's a lot of people. There's a lot of icons.
But hey, there's fucking room for Sunny to comfortably move around and not rock the entire fucking ship.
And Sunny and Rahit get to be friends, Manticore friends.
Yes, indeed. As soon as you approach your ship, Cinny just dive bombs Rahit. Manticore friends! Yay! Sploot. Rahit gives the rest of you a look like, what is wrong with her?
That she's young, obviously.
She kind of reminds me of that bunny girl we saw.
I hope she's doing well. She was sweet, if incredibly powerful, dangerously strong.
So Rahit's going to spend most of the journey just glomped on by a fellow Manticore. Big crybaby.
Hey, I mean, it's winter, so they're probably incredibly warm and fuzzy.
They are. And Sunny is a free hugs dispenser. She's also even extra warm for a Manticore because Sun Cleric.
I probably spend a lot of time coasting in their company then, because I will almost immediately begin missing being able to sunbathe.
Yeah, the Philosophoger will spend most of the trip probably like lotus posing on the very tip top of your tip top of the prow.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it is. He's really fucking scary looking, and yet is incredibly serene and at peace with the universe. If he has not achieved enlightenment, he must be very close, you reason.
I mean, this is fine.
It's very weird that this ship is on a skeleton crew and it's sitting lower in the water than it's done in a while.
Yeah, there are a lot of big chunguses here. So yeah, what are you going to do over the trip back, Tarn, specifically with regards to Colonel Dad? He's not super happy to hang out with the crew of Amazons and witches. This is not a good time.
Yeah, going to be doing more talking to him about the problems I perceived with the Empire and what I actually mean to do to solve them. I actually take the time to sit down and have a less stressful talk than immediately after rescuing him.
Yeah, that's fair once he's had a chance to settle down. Why don't you make an intelligence test of your choice, I think is most fair since you're using facts and logic here. But I need to be right back in just a moment.
Come back.
Oh.
Savin.
Okay, hello, hi.
Well, here's the thing. Before this all happens, you do remember when Ursula treated Tarn to, home imperial food that she found?
Not particularly,
You mean
but
back
I'm
in
sure it
time?
happened.
Yeah. I still have a single bottle of imperial Hobgoblin spirit. I will hand it to Tarn. I will hand him also a wax paper with prunes, as well as a pipe, a long pipe, just for flavor smoking, and some of the good tobacco. Not weed, not bush. Proper tobacco.
No, you should have corrected yourself. It's funnier that way.
Be me. Bibs.
S-
Yes, that will give you advantage on your test.
All right. Then yeah. I also just want to check. For the purposes of saving face, I mean, it's a fairly big radius and it's a fairly crowded ship. Will I just be able to get the appropriate number of allies in there?
Yeah, I mean, you're on a ship full of people. It's probably more appropriate if you're having this conversation like in the mess or something, if you want to try and save face when you potentially beans this. But yeah.
All right. For fuck's sake. Well,
I mean, hey, it's 16 if you think about it.
yeah.
Which is not the worst. Not the worst. But yeah, I'm starting to get a picture here that you and your old man don't talk a lot, and this is awkward for the both of you on multiple levels. But yeah, you can spend some time with the old man, try and bring him up to speed on your ideals. He's got a thick head, that's for sure. Well, yours is full of wrinkles, steeped in knowledge. His is still relatively full of tradition and military bravado and tactics, even if that's been somewhat shaken during his captivity. But some headway is certainly made.
Just so long as we get him to the point where, when we get to Ivara, he doesn't just go and turn himself in at the embassy or go and walk into the sea.
Yeah, if you had like nat 1, 2, or 3 of these so far, the walking into the sea thing is a pretty substantial possibility. But you haven't failed that hard for sure. Again, he's grumpy and he doesn't like any of this nonsense, but he's certainly accepting that being with the boy is better than getting tortured forever.
What a place to be in life. Well, you're better than torture. Thanks, Pops.
Jeez. I would like to introduce myself to Tarnavak Senior. That I have not done that yet.
All right, so yeah, we can pick that up sort of as Tarn and Druvid's conversation is trailing off in the mess hall. You can saunter on up.
Tarnavak, I hope I haven't. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
No, not at all, Hashat. I think my father's ears will be quite pleased to not be bored with any more theories on the proper administration of a province's police forces.
Is that all you've been talking about?
Yes. For 2 hours.
You were supposed to take him away from torture, not stick him in it.
Well, how about we talk about something else? Hello there. It's nice to meet you finally. I'm Hashat. Hashat Ignaskala.
He starts to say something, snaps his jaw closed, thinks to himself for a moment. You see his shoulders deflate slightly. Druvard.
It's very nice to meet you. Your son is made an impression upon me. I have rarely seen a finer warrior.
That's
And it is
good
very
to
nice to be the
hear.
man who made him. Have you told him of any of the things we've done? Any of the adventures we've had? The battles we've waged?
I hadn't. No, I was still at the stage of trying to explain why I left before getting into all of the things we've done, which actually it's probably not the smartest thing.
Yeah, you skipped past the whole part where the old soldiers have to swap war stories. I mean, come on.
News has been rather slow on the Emperor's will.
By the time you battled the Sword Saint, or that fire giant under the mountain, or the drake, the giant undead dragon.
There's also the part where a lot of the things we do are completely unbelievable.
Yeah, but they happen. Actually, here, you want to take a look at this? I think you might actually like this. I'm going to take out my book of. I'm going to take out my autographed book from that was written by the Sword Saint.
Archelon.
They had pictures and everything.
I think you might find some of these things a bit familiar.
So you hand him the book, and he keeps his hands like firmly on his knees. What's your price, witch?
Huh?
Never take anything from a witch without knowing the price.
She isn't a witch, Father. Her powers come from the heritage of her blood, an inheritance from the primordials of the world. No dark bargains or witchcraft here.
It's a long moment's hesitation before he slowly takes the book from you with his mangled hand and sets it on the table, opens it slowly. Elvish nonsense. What is... Gets to the first illustration and looks like one of those, medieval German combat manuals. Fully colored pictures of two warriors bonking each other with the butt ends of swords. It's in Elvish, but those little twigs really use swords this big. The weight would snap them in half.
But they've been faulted so many times.
Yes, in one of our adventures, we came across these books, and then we found miraculously managed to find the guy who actually wrote it. He's still alive, the Sword Saint of an age gone by. He used fighting techniques that I've only ever seen Tarnavak use.
Really?
Yeah, the whole. I'm not sure what you call it, but the fighting style was unmistakable.
The proper name is Yaijutsu,
That's it.
the lightning slash draw.
Could be that this is where that fighting style may have originated from the ancient times.
So you're telling me our imperial fighting style is descended from elves?
Well, iterated upon, perhaps. Improved
Wouldn't it have
upon.
been derived from dragons?
Surely it's not the same fighting style, but its roots, perhaps, rooted in ancient tradition. Passed down through the generation from one empire to another.
I suppose there's some honor in knowing your technique descends from the last great empire that conquered most of the world. He'll turn a tarn and tap his fingers on the book. So how is your sword draw these days?
I have kept in practice and refined my technique as best I can. Oh. At present, as of late, I've done most of my fighting with a spear.
Peasant's poking stick. Oh. I suppose there's worse weapons.
Yeah. It is a relic of the days of humanity. And I'll hand the spear over to him.
Yeah, he'll take it and he'll quirk his eyebrows up as he feels the enchantment on the spear haft. This old thing. What is that? Just touching it's making my hair stand up.
Yo, did he just dispel a spell off of himself?
No, it's more like this is probably the first time he's ever touched a magic item.
Oh, okay. I thought it's just like, oh shit, he's been like, we haven't poked him with dispel magic. He's been walking around with a scry on him for the last like fucking week.
Yaha! Owned. You'd have to actually attack him for that to happen.
Tis blessed by old magics. Magics to defeat the tricks that witches use. And I'll reach over, touch the haft, and speak the commanded word.
Whoa. Druid recoils, almost drops the thing, but manages to keep his grip on it. Agarish flames. On sorcery. Or is it?
Well, this weapon's been infused with the power of a fire titan, like how I am descended from the earth. The progenitor of fire. Its power rests inside the spear now.
So these titans go around granting magic powers to people, do they?
No, I mean, my bloodline goes way, way back.
Somewhere in the distance, Hala yells, "Bloodline strong!" Pats her belly.
They are great and magical beings, like the dragons are. But for this, we took the very heart of Volcanos, the Lord of Flames, and wrought it into the fabric of the spear.
It was unfortunate we had to do that day. Poor old Vulcanus.
So some primordial god's spirit is in this spear. I think it would be something majestic. Kriegsmesser, not a ratty old spear.
I mean, isn't there a way to do that? There's a way to do that, right?
Aye,
Swap it over?
one that I have already made plans for.
Really?
I'll just reach into the big bag of murderous implements and offer him the cold iron longsword.
Oh, we got that one from Lyris.
Now this is a proper weapon. I'll look it over, do the whole twirl thing over one arm to slide it over his sleeve, examining it in detail. Exceptional craftsmanship. Just the right amount of curve to it. The blade's cold as ice. Oh, doesn't make my skin crawl like that spear. A good sword. I'll hand it back to you.
Forged in the blood of frost drakes. I have a surprising number of relics of the world that was.
It seems you and your friends have a great many strange powers between you. I'll glance from your crown to Hashat's little jeweled horn ornament and her giant Excalibur sheath hammer. Are these truly the sorts of things that you look at Hashat again? Mercenary types wield in battle.
He finally gets it. Someone gets it.
Aye. Hashat's is a special case.
What I've got, and I'll pick up my hammer and I'll lay it across the desk table. Don't touch this.
Yeah, oh yeah, he
Or-
immediately moves to, like,
Do
put his
not
hand on the
touch
hammer.
this. Don't
Alright.
no, don't touch it.
Alright. He's afraid of magic enough that he immediately, like, recoils from it.
This
That would be
is
bad.
how do I put it? This is an item of royalty for what used to be the nation of Minotha, the old Minotaur kingdom. This is called the King's Stone, and the sword, and I'll pull it out of the sheath, is the Queen's Blade.
Huh. Are you
Suppose
some
that's
sort of
much.
mystical, majestic moo cow, then?
Sort of, yes, actually.
Huh.
I have to bring this back to its resting place, and something is supposed to happen. I want to be found worthy of it, too, so I can set out to lead my people to glory again.
That reminds me of an old story from back in the days of the invasion. There was supposed to be some sword out in the woodlands that, if you found it and pulled it forth, would proclaim you king of all the Southlands. A whole legion of soldiers went looking for it, but were never heard from again when they entered the great forest north of Avara.
I've heard things about that forest. It's haunted or something, full of monsters and terrors.
Empire never could burn it down. The trees themselves resisted Agaresh's flames. And so the Legion was lost, and with it any hope of finding that sword, or so we thought. I'll glance over at the Queen's Blade again. Maybe that's it, or something like it.
Hang on a second. You said, well, can you go back over that again? A sword stuck in a stone?
Yes,
I mean, it's almost like the luck sword.
that's it. It was supposed to have some fancy name like the Blade of Luck, Fortune, or something.
Oh, I've heard of that one. I heard of that, yeah.
Right, so
Theory
do you know
of
where
the
it
Blade of
is?
Fortune.
Our, you're not going to believe this, but our little kobold Szooth has, we believe, unlocked the secret to finding the luck blade.
No, pull the other one. It shits acid.
Yeah, Colonel just looks at you for a minute like you're clearly pulling his leg, and you don't, haha, funny. He squints. That little salamander's cupbearer.
You mean my retarded son? Please, don't talk to him like that ever again.
I'm not even sure. I don't even remember how we found out about that. It's been so much has happened.
Well,
We
it just,
found we found a special pool just a little ways away from the road with an illusory water guardian and a facsimile of the blade, which is enough for Szooth to attune himself to its magic. It was, well, just luck that we happened upon it.
So you're saying it was luck that you found a fake copy of the Blade of Luck, and then
I
it's
suppose so.
magically bound itself to your tiny dragon boot thing.
Yes.
Colonel nods slowly. I can see why the Emperor created a special unit to deal with this nonsense. What sense does that make? It should be heroes and kings who find magic swords. Everyone knows that.
I suppose he could be king of the kobolds.
I think he's at least a hero of the Kobold. I mean, he did bring a dragon to his island.
He brought that dragon to many, many places, if you know what I mean.
Well, he just leans over and just whispers, "Is Szooth the smooth where we sent?"
Oh, hey, Ursula.
Right?
We were just informing
Yes.
the good colonel here of some of our adventures and escapades.
Oh, he just holds up a hand and whips. "Hey, Farnstad."
Hello. He looks at you for a moment and then reaches over and kind of tugs your ear. As if he expects it to come off, and when he doesn't, he looks perplexed.
Wait, in this land of magic, he assumed that she was a furry before he assumed that she had been changed by some kind of magic bloodline. You're right, they are a nation of fucking weebs and neckbeards.
Yeah, he just thinks it's going to be a headband that comes off.
He
Yeah.
just looks. It's like,
I mean,
well, the head tilts a bit as he pulls on the ears. Okay, it feels nicer if you rub them, but okay.
Are you some
Welcome.
kind of guinea cat folk?
A guinea cat. Oh,
She's a dwarf, father.
Tugs the ear again. No, she's not. Look. It's got cat ears. A little tail.
They're barriers.
A were-dwarf?
by now I don't know.
We sort of just don't ask. It's simply a part of who Ursula is.
Ah, by the way, we met before, so you didn't tell me your name back then though, so I only know you as Tarnstad.
Druvard.
Oh,
He will release your
pleasure
ear
meet you,
to
Druvard.
extend a hand.
Just grips it. Just grips. Hopefully it's a good hand. So
Yeah.
To pulverize
yeah.
him.
So
Yeah,
no,
you
I'm
don't
not
look
gonna
like a
pulverize
wizard.
it.
You have rippling muscles and armor on. So he trusts
And
you a little
scars.
bit.
Yeah. So while he grasps Ursula's hand, it's just fucking. It's just calluses.
Yeah, but he's seen Hashat use magic. But yeah, that's a fair point. Muscle wizards are a thing.
Yeah. Just let's look at him, and it's just looking. If it's looking at me like magic or not, say don't worry. I'm not like them. I have no magic.
The
Sorry, I
handshake
stepped away for a second.
intensifies.
I stepped away for a second. What happened?
Ursula's just
Friendship with
confirming
Muscle
to.
Cow is over. Friendship with this one, new.
Okay.
So just don't worry. I fight with Tarn. Well, I get hit a lot, and I hit back a lot with Tarn.
Sounds dwarfy enough. As a stronghold of your people in the Empire. One that even after hundreds of years we haven't cracked. Even the goblins shit stains that they were couldn't tunnel their way in.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Could you like not
Wait,
do that?
is that his idea of a compliment? God, we've been trying for eternal, for time eternal, to wipe your race off of our island. You have succeeded, prevented so far. So good job.
That sounds like
Hey?
I mean, that sounds
Yeah.
like a compliment.
You're a worthy adversary.
Oh, oh, right. I remember now. I can be the test subject, Tarn.
Test subject?
Yeah. You know, well, you get you use the sword in there, and you show like how much better your slicey slash thingy that you do has gotten.
She wants you to demonstrate your sword play on her body as a test, as a target dummy.
I gathered, but we could just wait until we make landfall and use
We're
an
gonna
actual
be,
target
it's gonna
dummy.
be, yeah, but it's different. If you hit a piece of wood, that's different from hitting a body. It's like a body, a person is harder to hit than a piece of wood.
Aye, but we should be able to get proper tatami in Ivara. And, well,
Well,
that I can actually just cut clean through without, well, cutting your arm off.
well, you can't really cut my arm off. Like, the sword saying tried to cut me, but he didn't really get very far. And, you know, the giant stone titan statue tried to crush me, but they really didn't get very far. So,
You are remarkably durable. It's true.
so trust me, you can't really hurt me. And plus, this will actually show your dad, Sir Druver here, like how much, what's it called, things for like a second precision and finesse.
Colonel will look between the two of
Plus, you can
you.
go. Yeah, you can just go full out. It's okay.
Colonel will just kind of scoot in towards Tarnavak and whisper quietly. Does that one just want to die, or?
No, she can take a lot, but well, she did actually once volunteer to be shot, to be a moving target for someone to practice with a ballista on.
He nods sagely. So has it
So
never
I
heard
say,
of
gloves.
just a meat target? Stuff some old armor with ground beef, bone.
And waste good beef and bone, not on the bear's watch.
You can just pick it up off the floor and cook it later. It's the glory of the meat target. It's not wasted. It just has some holes in it.
I mean, that's just how you carve a pig.
Sure, you could just also use the piggy as a meat target. Somewhere in the distance, Miro
So-
squeals in terror.
Yeah, so what do you say? We go upstairs to get some fresh air, get some nice sun there, and you get to see your son in his full glory of action, Tarn the Unbreakable. Well, Tarnavak, the Unbreakable to be precise.
Sunny has begun crying across the mess hall, bawling about how she doesn't like it when you fight.
We're not fighting, we're practicing. It's okay.
It's still scary.
Don't worry, stay here and have give a heat.
He sighs and gently pats her shoulder. There, little one. It will be okay. So yeah, Tarn, do you want to go above deck and beat Ursula up for a while?
I mean,
Do it. It's a good idea. It's a great idea.
but we could literally just use Szooth to tell me maths, like a proper desk cutting. That actually.
Pish push. We could, but we don't. We don't have it. We get an Ursula. There we go. Best thing you can. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this.
Sure, fine.
I'm sure it's fine. It'll be fine, probably.
Okay. So up on deck with Sir Drugor and Tarnavak and Ursula.
Yep. All right. Yeah. I've had it, I guess.
I will.
I'm gonna step away
Yeah,
again for
I
just a
will.
second, but you guys can figure out how you want to beat Ursula's meat, I suppose.
Yeah, I will drop my shield, put up my arm as. Oh wait, do you want the shield so that you can see how the slash goes between the shield arms? Yeah, let's go with that.
I mean,
Here's the thing: if I drop my armor, I lose 1 AC. That's all. So don't worry. I got natural 15 AC, and the shield will give me 17.
well, alright, I guess.
Okay, so I'll drop the shield, like I'm like, oh, crazy barbarian, blah blah blah. So, and I get 15 AC. I will make sure that I rage and burn myself a little, so to keep it going. And then you can go full, just absolute ham.
Yes.
So I little burn is 1d6. So take 1. So take off a rage. Take an initial starter damage of 1.
So, yeah, I guess I'll fight
Savin
him.
has.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know, but I mean, I can make the first set of rolls.
Yeah, fighting spirit, good shit. Yeah, that's a hit. It's a hit.
And since Druvor didn't seem to approve of spear, I will switch to a sword. I won't do the cold iron sword on you because that's just mean.
Is it mean?
Well,
Because
it doesn't affect me.
yes, it does. Cold iron ignores all resistances. It would do full damage to you.
Spice.
Does it?
Yes.
I actually thought that was only
That's
all Fey
interesting.
resistances. Fey,
Yeah.
being just Fey.
Whereas,
Not in Sav&D.
Sick.
Really? That's
Yeah,
whereas-
black iron weapons just downgrade target's resistance or immunity to the damage by 1 step.
Wow, fancy.
targets immunities, which
Resistance or immunity. It says.
oh,
Yeah, so if you're immune to a damage, you're just resistant, and if you're resistant, you take full.
okay.
That's the other
That was
reason.
interesting.
Yeah, that's the other reason I want to get the enchantments transferred to the Cold Iron Sword, because
Very.
yeah, yes, let's do you with a silver sword.
Well, you counter with a crit. Do you want to save in face that that
Alright.
first one?
I already used it in the conversation.
2 hours in, remember?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, talking to your dad for a couple hours, unless that's actually just incredibly stressful for Tarnavak, can count as a short rest. I'll let you decide
It
how
will be
ripped up your guts
I know
were.
that I would be fucked up.
Yeah, but I mean, Tarn actually has proficiency in wisdom saves, so he has learned patience. So yeah, that probably counts short as a shorty, so could make that a hit.
Yeah.
So just a couple of lightning fast pokes, and drop the spear, and do a drawing 1-2 slash with a silver sword.
and -6. There we go. Okay, hit points adjusted. Still triple digits, but still good.
I said she could take a lot, Father.
She's got the thickest skin I've ever seen.
And he just looks at all the cuts and just flexes really hard to just stop the bleeding. Okay, there we go.
Oh, Sonny. Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
I must say, striking a friend does mean I'm not quite happy with the form of that third cut. You, hard to make myself actually hit you, even knowing that you'll... Well, did you actually feel that at all?
Zach, I just think for a second, like, yeah, but I'll say this. Like, I felt this more than when the, what was it, the Hobgoblin officer and the two, what's that, Imperial guards hit me. Like, seriously, it did the whole spear thing and just jabbed it into, my neck and dug it in, and it was like, wow, that's really, really sad. Like, wow, that's really weak. So yeah, like you hit all that much harder than the Imperial guards, that's for sure. Even when they did the whole, when they grabbed the spear and they just stabbed it as hard as they could into, like my arm or neck, something like that.
Wow. That is quite a compliment. The guards are some of our best fighters, even if their halberds are not naturally suited to higher jutsu.
Just wait until you have to fight the palace guard. That's when you'll see swordplay on display. The outer court guard.
Well, if it's
Those are the halberdiers.
well, I did manage to rip the sword out of the Sword Saint's hand when he tried his Iaijutsu thing.
That is a well-known flaw in the fighting style. Your hand is moving so quickly and turning at certain points so quickly, and the sword can easily be deflected out of your grip. You will
Oh, it
look.
wasn't deflected. I just grabbed the sword. I grabbed the blade and just pulled it out.
Oh. Well, it is an elf.
Yeah.
Didn't have the same upper body strength.
Real quick out of character question. Wasn't he a human?
Who, the sword saint?
We don't know. He was wearing a fucking helmet all the time and we didn't see any ears.
Which one?
Arkelon, the sword
Arkelon.
saint.
I had assumed he was an elf. Because he was alive.
He was. Well, yeah, that is true, but here's the thing. They were undeads on that island, remember? Was he alive? That is the question.
Yeah, but Morgan didn't. Morgan
He
didn't seem
one-shot
to
it.
think he was an undead creature.
Yeah, but he one-shot a fucking Szooth with some fucking bullshit magic.
Well, he's an elf.
I mean, to be fair, one-shotting Szooth is not particularly hard if you can hit him.
Yeah, but he did that with a spell.
Was it a spell? I don't recall. It was a while ago.
Well, let me look.
He power word killed me.
I don't think I gave him power word kill. I mean, maybe I
You
did.
you gave him bootleg power word kill where it was basically on a fail save. It just KO'd me.
Just zero.
Yeah, like
he
just zero.
zeroed him in an instant.
It was literally a save or suck.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Basically, I was
Yeah.
kiting him, and then he jumped on his horse, like went forward 60 feet, and then used the spell for the rest of like the 30 feet, and just like I failed the god save because of course, and then instantly downed.
Yeah, his flying fucking horse.
And he did it all in a single turn.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
But yes, the lore entry on Lyris does just talk about like they were predominantly human and they had their stuff before the elves were like a thing at all.
yeah, but they were descendant of, what was it, dragons and primordials.
Yes.
So they were blooded like that.
Yeah, but by the little lore handout, that's just like the royal family and all of the knights were all just immortal. That's just a them thing.
Yeah.
Maybe Archelon is a dragon.
Maybe.
See, if he was a dragon, I feel less bad.
But if he was a dragon, why the fuck was he on a goddamn horse that flew?
Yeah,
Counterpoint.
that's point. That's point.
I mean, probably only a partial dragon. But then,
Okay, I can give you that.
yeah. Well, does that actually mean Tarnavak is like immortal now?
You don't know. Maybe.
Fuck around and find out.
I mean, preferably don't fuck
Well-
around and find out, but
Yeah. And don't Tennessee this shit, dude.
I mean, hell, kobolds live long. That just nobody knows it because they die too much. What happens if you actually have stronger dragon genes and life preservation and the ability to keep it?
And proficiency in Constitution saves.
All the things to perfectly make an immortal king.
Positive con score. Positive wisdom. There you go. That's usually. And positive intelligence. That you fucking need that. Otherwise you'd be a very wise king that is dumb as fuck. Well,
It's a
any
Habsburg.
fucking thing is better off than a fucking Habsburg.
I don't know what that is.
Literally a pug is better off than a fucking Habsburg.
How's that
So,
possible?
Kina, the Habsburgs were the rulers of the Austrian Empire, and through marriages, mostly to themselves, rulers of quite a lot of Europe, like the Holy Roman Empire, so what is now Germany, Spain, like the Netherlands. It was all them. They they married into the royal families that were in charge, got someone with their name in charge, and then married them to keep it in the family.
I see.
And there's the last Habsburg king of Spain was so horrifically inbred that someone has made a meme out of his autopsy, and one of the things I remember from it, two of the things actually, is that his doctor reported that the late king possessed only one testicle, and it was black and shriveled.
Oof.
And second thing, when we examined his head, his skull appeared to be empty, save for water.
What the fuck?
Where'd his brain go?
What brain? He had he was like a chicken. He had some of his spinal column. That was enough.
I'm absolutely horrified by hearing this.
Yeah, the Habsburgs were pretty stupendously fucked up.
An autopsy revealed that his body did not contain, quote, did not contain a single drop of blood. His heart was the size of a peppercorn, his lungs were corroded, and his intestines were rotten and gangrenous. And he had a single testicle, black as coal, and his head was full of water. I'm sure some of that has to be a bit of an exaggeration, or just
Charles was short, lame, epileptic, senile, and completely bald before 35. He was always on the verge of death, but repeatedly baffled Christendom by continuing to live.
What is this world that we live in? Why is it so insane?
Because the Austrians don't give a fuck about the consequences of their actions. Gives land.
And here's the thing: there are humans that are alive, air quote, without a functioning brain.
I wouldn't count that as being alive.
They are alive by the technical and factual sense, but are they sentient? I don't know. Sapient? I don't fucking know. There is a rare condition when you can be born without a brain, and that's usually not a good fucking thing.
I would imagine if you were born without a brain, you would just be dead.
No.
Usually, but
here we go. Here it's called. I can't fucking pronounce this shit. Here we go. Copy this.
Kind of horrified to look at what this is going to show me. Oh God! Oh God!
So the
Don't look at this shit.
Currently, the longest someone has lived with that condition is 28 months.
I'm not gonna Google that.
You don't. It's not. Don't.
You know what? I just know better this time. I'm not.
Yeah.
Look at you. It displays learning.
All right. Anyway.
So back to D&D.
All right. Let's see if Tassie can figure out what's wrong with Sunny real quick. Wow, she's actually trained in medicine. That's amazing.
Nice.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I still loved playing a really, really wise cleric, but still with zero medicine training and no medicine, and never made a medicine check just because she was too used to cheating with magic. I don't know how the human body works. I know that I just bippity boppity boo. They get better. Might as well have said they had bad humors.
Basically the opposite of how Madeline did things.
Yeah, where she was, literally the fucking Stitch and Neil surgeon. Sturgeon? Yeah, she was also a fish. Stitch and Needle surgeon. There we go. We got there in the end.
So yeah, Tassie will look over Sunny while she's busy bawling into your shoulder about how awful Tarnavak and Ursula are just fighting on the ship when they should be friends, and it's the worst. Once she's done, Tassie will kind of wave you over to the door, and she puts her hands very solemnly on your shoulders. Nahia reaches up, get them, looks you in the eye, and says, "I'm sorry, Nahia. It's terminal."
Oh no, my baby, she's retarded.
Oh shit! I wasn't ready. I was not already.
Yeah, Tass will not. She has terminal being a bitch. I'm sorry. It's just
That's
a
a shame.
giant baby.
Oh, she'll hopefully grow out the worst of that. I can only assume then she does, has been relatively traumatized by violence. Poor baby.
Tassie will shrug. She might just be a baby.
Oh. Well, I guess she'll just need extra head rubs and more explanations. I'm lucky Marie was very easy to bring up. Go figure, they matures very quickly and is very receptive to information.
Yes,
Of
I'm not
course.
sure how much a 12-foot giant will be. Also, I don't think she's that young either. She
Guess no one
actually
ever.
had a number of small wrinkle lines around her eyes. She looks like she might be older than Rahit.
What? Wow, okay.
Hmm.
That's quite staggering. Well,
Tassie will
that's
nod.
it's okay. You can live in peace and warmth. And I'll do my best to explain in the future, I guess, or something.
I don't think she's low in
Receptive to learning.
intelligence. I think she might just be a big baby.
Okay.
That's my
Hard to
professional
imagine.
opinion, though, at least.
As a professional, I very much trust your opinion, so
Perhaps Rahit will have some way of getting through to her that's uh, maternal or something. I don't know.
Maybe we should bring her to the Temple of Mithras where Mother Layla can adopt her? Or
I don't
be a
know. I mean, she's
soothing
barbarian
presence?
and by nature, but honestly, hopefully she won't have to worry about conflict every day, but she's not charging headlong into danger like the rest of us idiots. Really, she may be a great big bitch baby, but at the same time, she is also not stupid enough to keep on charging into danger like all of us.
Yes,
You're
let's
making a
find
lot
her
of
a
sense.
nice temple of Wovar to go be a healer at or something. It'd
Yeah.
make a very good, um, yeah, just cast cure wounds for the rest of her life.
Hey, someone's got to do it, and if they're a gigantic fluffy cat girl, I can hardly imagine they'd be short of followers.
Precisely. Maybe my master would appreciate her presence back at the tree.
Well, we can always take her along. I mean, we're going to be teleporting vaguely in that direction at some point when we look into Dalmanotha and wrapping that all up and picking up a ring of regeneration. I believe it was on that island at least. Lots to do, lots to go. I'll have to make
Right.
sure to pick up some nice souvenirs for them while you're in Pergolith.
So, while you're saying all this, you notice that Tassie's been kind of like looking past you, and as you turn around, you see that Sunny has just completely fascinated herself by like the little bookmark tassel in Rahit's spellbook, and is just like worrying it with her claws,
Huh.
just for 3 or 4 solid minutes.
Hmm.
It's endearing to watch. Just like blink slowly. See, I just want to rub her head.
Yeah, she is cute. So yeah,
Yeah.
back above decks.
My
Druver
is
was.
retarded.
We were just seeing this impressive display of swordsmanship and nods. A weapon change was good work, but you're right, that third strike. Hesitation is defeat. If you hesitate to strike down your friends, how can you hope to turn your sword against any of your countrymen that stand in your way? Can you really say you'll be able to focus when you fight the prince, if that is how you intend to either die or rise in glory?
You have a good point, Father. That last step of self-discipline. I need to work on that. But the journey of a swordsman is always one of progress. Always finding a new way, a new aspect to master.
Yes, there's always a new horizon to challenge you. As he says that, he kind of looks at his hand and clenches a fist.
Oh. Do you want us to fix that for you?
Fix that.
Yeah.
Not more witchcraft.
Oh no, I don't like things.
Oh, an alchemist who could do it.
Yeah, but I remember when
That
we
dude is not a
when I
fan
was
of the
playing
Hobgoblin Imperials.
Well, that's true, actually. Never mind.
well,
Don't worry.
no,
Never
I don't think he'd,
well, when we
he'd
were
piss on Trevor to put a fire out.
well when I was in Pergolis, there had a potion that that was expensive, but for if you have an accident or like a war wound or like if you're missing like fingers or hands, stuff like that, they can regrow it.
I see. As I have no funds to spend on such a
Oh, don't
thing,
worry
but
about don't worry, I'll buy it for you.
I do not
You're
relish the
you're
idea of
top
being in
bad.
debt to a dwarven axewoman, but
What do you mean in debt? You're not in debt.
I'm already in debt to all of you for saving me. I don't need more piled on.
What do you mean in debt? You're Tom's dad. Of course we will come to save you.
Indeed, that's kind of what we do.
Like That's it. It's like, you don't want any like that stuff. Like your town's dad, if you were captured, it's like, nope. Sir Driver is not supposed to be jailed up like that, so there you go. That's it. That's that.
Tarnavak has been a staunch ally by our side, and so it is only right that we are by his side.
If we see an injustice
yeah.
somewhere, we want to stop it no matter what.
Yeah. Tarn is our friend. You're Tom's dad, so by proxy, you're a friend.
Ursula, would you like to give me an advantaged persuade check?
Sure. And then can I have a guidance there? Jewel is just looking, come on there, let's see if we can.
Sure. Nice.
11 plus, wait, 4, 13.
Alright. You're not sure if you really get through to him or not. The colonel looks between the lot of you. He shakes his head and grumbles something under his breath, and he's just gonna go downstairs. You all mystify him.
Power of friendship.
Well, with that handled, I suppose. Let's see. What ship are we on right now?
You are all technically on the Emperor's will.
How am I going to get over to the other ship?
You swing a rope or get in a
Why?
dinghy.
Because I would like to take my wives somewhere and do things with them out of sight of everybody else.
You are not using my cabin.
No.
We can't hear you if you're saying anything.
Huh? Oh. Marsh is muted. Oh.
Oh, hello?
Marsh.
Hello.
There we
Hello.
go.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. My Discord lost connection apparently.
Good old Discord.
What did you miss?
Let's see. Kina was just about to say something when was midway through saying something.
Oh yeah, fucking on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is taking the waifu harem over to the other ship and turning it into his harem quarters. You know, as you do.
Ah!
And we're only, so we're only a hop skip away from to Nahia as well. If I remember correctly, the Sharko would be able to see the big one. If I remember correctly.
We've been gone for several days. How long have we been gone for since we did that?
Like a week?
Let's find out
still be there.
how this goes. So, let's see. No new sailors have been added to the crew since last time I did a ship test, so... Whoa! Discovery.
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
Please, I just want to get home. Curse you, merciful Poseidon.
Alright. Well... That, the cook Will's roll is unfortunate. But luckily the navigator gets you right where you want to go.
I mean, look, 14, I can't imagine our DC is especially high here in the, between my ocean and then Avara, all of Avara's ocean here at the Erethian Sea.
It is a 15, so the good news is it just means that it turns out your giant crew of Amazons and Manticores and others are particularly voracious and will be eating considerably more food than perhaps they ought to on normal rations. But hey, you have that big pile from the Emperor's will. I'm sure
Yeah.
that will last through them.
I need to open up my Wave Sean log and take a look at how we're doing on all of that. See here, I think it was in Domains and Holdings. Yeah, there it is.
So there's a pile of 929 man days of rations. It's gonna go down to like 400 man days. They eat the fuck out of your food.
I guess it's been a while since they've, gorged.
Yeah. It's not even particularly good food.
Maybe
It's
they-
hobgoblin
Stargates.
rations, which unfortunately have a notorious reputation in non-goblin blooded to give the runs, but
Oh
fuck it.
no! How much? Don't worry. I'll just count my layoff hands as at 0, starting the day on this fucking journey of the boat. Whatever.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Tell you what, I'll leave myself with 5 points of lay on hands since I spend them in 5s, and I'll use up like fucking 6 lesser restos. Because I can short rest for the Warlock slots or resto again. But only to a limited degree. Eventually it reaches a point where you're taking the piss, and Nahia is then just taking 1-hour naps over and over to cure people the shits because they couldn't stop eating food like big dumb idiots.
Hashat has destroyed the platonic concept of sphincters.
Oops.
So yeah, at some point, Colonel Druvard will be like, "Why is that island breathing?" So you pass by Tunican on your way towards the Palace of Dust. You don't really need to.
There's my friend.
He goes back down below decks, just shaking his head like, "What the fuck?"
I am a fierce and powerful witch. Fear me, Boomer.
Alright, don't worry, it's just our friend Tunankir, the Leviathan. It's
I
really
don't
nice.
think hearing you say it casually makes it any more comfortable.
It
Well,
super
I'm not a
doesn't.
magic caster, so
Well, I hope our big our interaction with him has improved his mood and improved his mood and standing, opinions of us, and of Tar. More importantly, his opinion of Tarnavak has gone up.
Yeah.
So you had hoped to like pass by the island and have Morgan meet you on the deck. Unfortunately, Moron will be like, "Fat sacks, fat sacks."
Of course, right. Here, hold up the
Did she-
wheel. We're going to take the wave shore and closer.
Is she bringing treasure with her?
Yes, Mori did make an investigation check and succeeded in eventually
Oh, fuck.
finding the illusory wall that you guys did find, but none of you could disbelieve your way through. That had the treasury in it.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
The
I
treasury
fucking
of
knew there was
Takara.
some bullshit.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was
I
indeed
knew
some
it.
bullshit on that wall.
When I when I called her on the fucking mirror while you guys were having conversations with Dravid, I was like, spending those 2 hours or so calling in on Mori, and I was like, so how much do we need to catch you up on? And when I called her, she's fucking Scrooge McDucking and then looks up like, I've finished cleansing the temple.
Understandable.
I see.
Yeah. She liked big shiny.
Yeah,
Again,
you know
it's
what?
good. She wasn't looking
Could you-
while Voron split.
We can just do the rowboat thing.
Yeah,
I
you
want to take
guys
a
you
look
guys
at
can get the treasure onto your ship, no problem. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
fucking find the damn thing. My giant hundreds of maps.
Yeah.
Found the
Also,
exterior
I
of
will
the
also,
Palace of
I guess,
Dust.
while we're shored up, we'll say hi to Tunankir, and I believe there's a lemon shark who is a big fan and keeps asking after me.
Yes. Mosawapu.
Alright.
I
And
bet it's the
in
Palace of Dust,
return
isn't
of
it?
the Don't forget, we have the return of the lost short.
Indeed. We shall return this short to the fold. And indeed, Hela
Oh.
can see the
There it is.
Leviathan for which she has become technically a worshipper. Clap.
Biggest of fish. Wide-eyed. Jaw drops. Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap.
Yes. Yes. Well, come along then. I assume Hashat does not want to join us on a rowboat over to Tunankyo, or maybe you do.
Oh, I mean, I would get to touch down on the ground again, but then I would have to go in a rowboat.
You would have to. It'd be a lot closer to the water than on the Emperor's Will or the Waveshorn's deck.
But still, land. For a few hours.
Oh, sweet, sweet
All
land.
right.
All right, sure.
Oh god, what have I done?
I don't know. What have you done?
I found out that there was a way to change the size of the text box in the sidebar, and it's very weird.
Ah, yeah.
Anyway, so eventually Morgan will meet you outside the Palace of Dust with a very excited lemon shark who will bounce over and give Nahia a big hug.
Greetings, Mosa.
She do a wag, and then Morgan picks up this enormous, like comically huge bag of treasure and just beans you with it.
I'll take that.
William now. Wow, that is a
Ooh.
comically large quantity of cash.
More copper.
It is. It's a lot, but I've got a lot of workers to pay for the winter.
That is true. Yeah, a plate there is just fat stacks in itself.
Ah,
Oh, masterwork. Even that's another fat cash.
yep, masterwork, silver greatsword.
She will add on that there was an altar in the treasury room, but she couldn't find anybody, or rather any sign of like what deity it might have belonged to, and it looked like there had been something sitting on the altar until relatively recently, but there's no sign of what it was.
Interesting. I'll check with the mirror later. For all I know, we've finally unpinned some demon that was being used to fuel magical power, so it could finally fuck off or something. Gods only know they've been trapped in all of these temples for thousands of random years. Poor buggers.
Did you inform Morgan of what we found on the island?
Yes.
Okay.
I went over the everything.
That's cool.
I had plenty of time while you were talking to Dravard.
Yes, we had a nice conversation. That giant concerns me with his breaking of time. Especially that comment about needing that glass shard later.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you about that. What is this? I don't.
Morgan will hold out her hand, a little givey.
I'll take it out of my bag and unwrap it and hold it out to her.
All right. So the same thing that happens to her has happened to you when you give her the shard of glass. Even though she picked it up very gingerly, all 5 of her fingers suddenly start bleeding, like they've just got paper cuts. He sucks on a sharp breath. Ouch.
Oh, it did that to me too.
I see. I don't think it likes being separated from the rest of itself. These mirrors are very powerful artifacts.
I wonder if we can ask the mirror where this mirror's broken pieces are.
I would be afraid of that. I've never seen it done myself, but I've heard unpleasant rumors about what happens if you use a scrying mirror on another scrying mirror.
Oh, right. They used to be doorways, right?
Have you ever been in a situation where you have a mirror on either side of you and it seems to form a hallway to forever?
Not personally, but then I guess I don't own as many giant mirrors as I maybe should.
Well, trust me, it happens. It's rather disconcerting. It's something like that with the scrying mirrors. They spear into each other and then break or worse.
Okay.
As for the
Do you think
shard,
then this? Oh, sorry. Yeah, continue.
I can't imagine what he thinks would be used for. Maybe we can find where it's meant to be.
It could well be, since it doesn't like being separated from its other, that will arrive in Avara, find out that that mirror is nearby, and the problem will come to us.
Perhaps.
You know, because it's so far proven completely impossible for us to catch a goddamn break.
I wonder if it's still usable. I haven't tried it, but I wonder if it still works. Having a pocket mirror would be interesting.
It's possible that it works, but at like a weaker capacity.
Morgan will shrug and place the mirror into its little, cloth wrap before giving it back to you, Hashat. Even when you take it through that, though, your fingers ache. They don't bleed, though.
Unsettling.
A bit.
Yes. Regardless, all of this talk
Wait, I
of
have a
broken time sounds awfully familiar, but I
wait.
can't place it.
I have a question.
Yes, Ursula?
Tunak here says he remembered the first everything of everything has been always here. Why don't we
That's-
just ask him about our lane?
I suppose. Though I'm not sure how much a continent-sized fish would have to speak with a giant about.
Heck, Mosa, do you know at all?
She shakes her head. Giant no-go in water.
True.
Well, he knew about other stuff too, so yeah. And his memory seems to be better than yours, so
Yes, he wasn't comatose for 1,000 years.
Oh well. Heck. Let's get this aboard. Have you planted the dryad, by the way? I promised I would go and look after her patch when she was planted.
Yes,
Be
I
remiss not to stop by.
found a little outlook on the north coast.
Ah, lovely.
Mm.
All right.
It makes my skin crawl. I don't like it. But I planted it.
I
A couple of
appreciate
the sharks were willing to water it for me.
it. Even better. Yes, I understand that it's probably a little bit uncanny, but coincidentally, despite the fact that it hadn't really come up until then, I'm technically a goddess's authority as far as making sure the Fae don't fuck around. So, you know, part ways do my duty. Part ways, I mean, it's a child. Your mother would want the child to be taken care of, regardless of their race.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Anyway,
I know.
let's
Oh.
not dwell on whatever monster we've unleashed on the island.
Of course. Don't worry, there'll be a second dryad there. They can be friends.
we can at least your monster. No wait, not monster. Snap fingers. Your friend.
Pardon?
Do you mean
Oh, remember
Herona?
you were talking about.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
I
was
told her about potentially finding Herona there as well.
Yes, if that giant really was a descendant of Bellaria, the primordial of winds, then I suppose it was distantly related to Herona.
Makes sense. So yeah, well, I'll probably have to go stop around there, hopefully in the summer. Wouldn't that be nice?
Much appreciated.
spring.
I would like to meet this Herona.
Where he just rubs her temples like, oh no.
I missed you.
Leave me alone, you overgrown milk horse.
Well, but I've been longing for so long to be back in your presence, my dear sweet Maury.
I'm
Of
not your
course.
My
dear
resident of the
sweet. I'm
night.
barely your friend. Leave me alone. Ugh.
Mean. Alright, behave.
Oh, it's good to have you back. Pat, pat, pat.
Indeed. But now, let us, get going. We've got the winter to beat.
Yeah, let's get back to Avara, please.
Alright.
Yeah,
Just
I'm gonna
whispers.
quickly
whispers
stop
to-
by,
wait. Climbs up on Nahia, whispers. Didn't we already do that?
pardon in the what fuck? What?
Beat winter.
Ha ha ha. Very cunning. Yeah, I'm gonna go check on this dryad first. And Masa, please greet rescued shark from far away. And also Hala, she is a big fan of Tuna and Kier.
The salamander makes 3 excited claps, which causes all the other sharks around the Palace of Dust to also clap back.
Interesting.
Yeah, they will begin conversing. Your shark will depart your company for her homeland after giving you all a big thank you hug.
Oh, you are welcome. Let it be known, should any of you wish to stay here on this island, it will always be open to you.
The Philosophoger has already assumed the lotus pose on the beach.
Excellent. Yeah, so this dryad laugh.
Yeah, so again, there is a like promontory on the north coast overlooking the sea, and on that there is a little heap of dirt and like a brass watering tin. A couple of sharks are lounging nearby. They will get up to their feet and clap twice at you. Yeah. You do the return clap, they bow, and more will lead you closer. Yes, here's your daughter. Oh, look, it's sprouted. Oh, it's blue. Great. Just like Magebane.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to ask Szooth to make some kind of antihistamines so that they do not break out in rash when she grows more fully.
You did this to yourself.
Look, any pain is worth it for bringing up a child so that they have a, proper everything of the world. They were done a raw deal. And technically, there's a bunch of Leviathan in this one.
Oh, stop being such a good paladin. It's positively infuriating.
Aww. Don't you worry, I have lovely gift for you, and it's very goth. Also, what do you think of the look? I'll gesture at the fact that I've got a fucking side cut now.
She nods. I remember I had a cut like that for a while. It's very nice.
And then, yeah, even though it'll probably make me very, very itchy, I'll go gauntlets off and give the little sproutlet gentle fingery strikes.
Oh yeah, chat would like to remind you it's not part Leviathan, it's part Cass. Came out of his butt.
This is true.
Oh god, it did.
It did.
Meow.
His ass itched for like a week. It was terrible.
God, oh.
No, it's fun because your cum is a healing potion, so there was only one real cure to
no.
poor Cassidy's itch.
Yeah, but there's a problem with that. His butt itched for a week. He said, did they do the fucking cat thing of dragging his ass on the carpet, scratching it?
No. It's
Poor
just
baby.
ground on his shot for a week. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll fix anything that ails ya.
But yeah, you can lean down and touch Little Dried, and yeah, your hand will break out in hives right after, but there's a faint fey warmth to it.
Just you wait. There will be a sister as well growing to the south, so you need not even feel alone in the land.
The
It shall
little
grow big and strong and unthreatened.
sproutling is maybe 2 inches out of the ground, but it just ever so slightly curls around your finger.
Aw, it's precious, see? I say I will definitely have to look into herbal remedies, but of course very worth. And then yeah. Shall see you in probably a little bit, dear Sproutlet.
You're gonna build her a small shelter or something?
Indeed, I'm picking up some builders and many resources so that they might work on the island across the winter, which is going to be expensive in and of itself, but it's the best time to get it done. And at the time, a shelter shall go up here.
I wouldn't say it's the best time to get it done, but it's probably the only time. Like,
It's the only free time that any work can get done where we aren't just in and about and amongst ourselves with random casts of violence. Or the world falling apart on us, as it is so want to do.
Well, perhaps if we're lucky and time does break apart, it'll go back in time. We can all get double the work done. Won't that be nice?
God, that would be very unsettling because, yeah, when we happen to bump into ourselves, we then reset, continuing from our center point with no recollection of either instance. So that would be quite scary if we're running around potentially trying not to bump into our own time doppelganger.
I never saw the other me, but I know they were there, and then they
Same.
weren't there anymore.
Nurse?
Uh-oh.
Now, Sandy.
Though,
Discord, why?
tell you what, here's an existential crisis. I'm apparently not the first Nahia that walked up there, so I'm just a copy, and the real me is gone forever. How fucked up is that?
I'm just gonna not think about that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're fine.
Wait. Just pokes.
You're in the same
Are you
boat,
sure?
Ursula. Yeah,
Am I?
pretty
yeah, it's
sure.
the way you're there, the other ship there, but
Ho 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 ho. But no, yeah, I'm apparently the second Nahia. I'm the one that appeared while the first of me went to explore with Hashat. That our memories reconvene, apparently with the newer copy who performed the ritual. Goes for Hashat too. She was stood there, I believe. Maybe Ayla? She was there. I don't know. I
don't-
was hiding in
I
the
don't
main
know.
room.
I don't know. I was dressed as a mummy.
Hmm.
So I don't know
Urs-
what happened outside of what happened like that.
Ursula's just gonna Morgan's gonna reach over to Ursula and pat her on the head and do the same to Nahia and say, "Don't think about time too hard. You might hurt
Szooth
yourselves."
Szooth is going to come up and say,
Nahia, that existential dread you're feeling, I just want to welcome you to feel what it's like to be a kobold.
Oh, hello, anxiety.
We now understand each other better than ever.
Please, I already had it. Now I have anxiety 2.0.
Exactly.
Oh no,
It's just stuck
it's a terrible sequence to anxiety.
Oh,
Sequence
yeah.
to anxiety.
Hold on. Speaking of which, Szooth, as you're going up to like whisper to Nahia, Morgan's just gonna pick you up off of the manor and just hold you up in the air and kind of look at you for a minute. Szooth, you changed your makeup.
Ah, you noticed.
Barely. That's very nice.
Aw, thank you. I tried to put in a little extra effort.
She puts you down. Pat you on the little tip of the snoot. Good kobold.
Fair enough.
And now can hopefully finally.
Oh no, you still got that
Fall.
discovery, don't worry.
Oh god damn it!
Alright, so on the
let's
way to Avara, you discover a group of dolphins who spend the rest of the journey like following your ships around, doing that little at you.
Cursed sea rapists.
Oh. Yeah. I would like to ask the fucking mirror where the hell Jandarmander is.
Yandarimanda. Yes, we should check up on the Manda God.
Ivania.
Yes, that one.
I think she's either back at Tidescale or she's waiting for us in Navarra.
We came from Navarra before.
So as you're setting out to leave, you start to like think up a rhyme through the mirror, and Morgan will just wave you off. Oh no, they were at the little fishing village on the side of the island. They moved camp.
Oh.
I ran into them. They're fine.
Oh. Okay, that's
Oh.
good.
I
which
think
case-
your wife, Szooth, is intending to set up a fishing village there. Actually repair it. Bring it up to livable
Yes.
standards.
Son of a.
Score another for Nahia House.
Well, at least you're gonna be able to get, stuff over there so they can actually build up and fix better. Oh wait, wasn't that the place where we dropped the house on her?
Yes. And she was in fact very insistent on that being her house on the island.
Huh?
I think her words were something like, if it can't kill me once, it can't kill me the second time. I don't know why she's afraid of houses murdering her, but that seems to be a concern.
You were there with us. You saw that.
Yes, but most houses don't collapse on people. Unless you're intending to go knocking the posts down on her again.
She lived on the island of basically always falling apart. I think the houses falling down and crushing people to death was actually Szooth, very common.
Oh, yes, I suppose that's true.
DCL is muted, so can't hear.
Sorry, I was warming up a slice of food.
Yes, actually, she's walked through much worse. I don't even think it registered as a light breeze, to be honest.
He really didn't.
It was more me trying to just close a screen door in front of her, which she promptly tore open.
Weird. There was an item on top of it. Was it that?
No, well, I believed it to have been a person. But...
Oh.
Might well have
Oh
moved.
shit.
Well, if it was a bound being, then I guess it's not going to go following them to their planes. Or they're hidden from scrying. Regardless, I'm going to try my best not to lose any sleep over the odd person we might have missed. Goodness knows I've got enough befriended demons in my address book.
Yes, far too many.
I know, I keep being such a paladin.
You really are. It's infuriating. So,
Pet, pet, pet.
about then, you can see Avara cresting the horizon, and Rahit will take wing and fly ahead excitedly. Zoom.
Oh, could you take this?
No,
It's just gonna
she
be a.
gone.
Oh, darn it.
She just, as soon as she sees it, she just makes a little squealy sound and launches off.
Would have been nice if someone could have taken a docking permit ahead of time, since we've got to bring a dreadnought into dock.
Sunny will just appear over your shoulder.
Oh, here. Can you hand this to the dockmaster? If you'll just go down to the dock and ask, they'll point you to the right person.
Aye, Captain. He'll
Thank you, Sunny.
snap a mediocre salute and take wing. Whoosh.
There we go. That'll hopefully be less hassle, and a pull boat will actually guide us in somewhere, instead of us just randomly trying to fucking parallel park a dreadnought.
Yeah, so as your dreadnought starts approaching the harbor, a couple marine frigates will start puttering towards you.
Yep. We'll be at ease.
Yeah, so they'll approach warily. You can see a couple of ballistas on the deck pointed at you, but the crew doesn't seem too afraid. Avara does deal openly with the Empire still, and so a captain will hail you off of his deck and look up and say,
Basically.
"No offense, but you don't look much like a bunch of hobgoblins."
Please, I believe this boat is going to be the wedding gift of privateer of Pergola's navy. So isn't that a lovely thing?
Looks the thing up and down. Is that right? Well,
It's been a busy week.
I'm sure we can get this sorted out in the dock. However, since we don't know who you are,
Can
look.
we have Franz walk up over to the edge?
Yeah, okay, someone can go bully France. Like, ah,
Come on, please.
I
It would make this a
also-
lot easier.
Also a Lord of Avara, so
Yeah.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
rub Franz on them. So just
Thank
display
you.
some diplomatic paperwork, which will make the Marine crew very sad because they're going to miss out on some bribe money. But alas, they will let you dock.
I'll give them each a bottle of ale out of whatever the ship stocks are.
All right, good enough. Well,
You
we'll
gotta keep
tip
keen
money.
with the fucking you gotta keep keen with the dock guard, especially if you happen to have someone who works professionally in transportation on the boat.
Yeah, Szooth was already about to start telling you what the bribe prices usually are, and it's like, oh, okay. I guess we can just do this legit then.
I guess we'll do this legitimately. Oh well.
Weird, right?
So yeah, welcome back to Avara, everybody.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's been fucking forever.
It has, and there are a shit ton of you guys. You will very quickly lose Hestith and that other, maybe possibly necrophile hobgoblin off into the crowds. They will.
That weird hobgoblin. I'm gonna before he leaves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to him. Like, I don't know you, but I can't. I can't just let you go wandering off by yourself. So here, I'm gonna give him like 30 silver. I can't just let a guy just go who was just a prisoner just go wandering off into a city by himself without anything to go by. So
You speak Goblin, right, Hashat?
yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, in Goblin he'll respond with a big grin. Well, that's awful kind of you. I'll do my first toast in your honor. A shot, isn't it?
That's right.
Clasp your wrists in his hands, shake it. Yeah, he'll booger off to probably find somewhere to live after he drinks himself into a stupor. Your manticores will return after a few minutes. Sineva is already whining about something as Rahit drags her along. Rahit will give you your receipt for the docking permit you sent ahead.
Thank
Say
you very
that
much.
Suneva found the dock mistress, which was a prostitute.
Ah, oops. Nice try, though.
Well, she tried.
Yeah, I mean, I won't falter your tastes. I'm sure she's very lovely.
He will shake her head. I don't think she meant to.
Well, no, I'm just teasing.
Sunny will continue to blubber for a while as you disembark your big crew of Amazons and catfolk and miscellaneous NPCs. Now that you have returned to Avara and you can start getting people sorted to wherever it is that they're going to go, I think this is probably a fine time to call the session. A little early, but well, not that early. But I believe next time you guys want to go to Pergolith and get in on that feasts,
Yee.
and
Got
also
enough
have the
things
chance to
do.
check in with all your various waifus back home first.
And children.
Yes,
I
waifus and
would like
children.
to collect my babus.
I
and,
want my dragon mommy milkies.
and
Nahia's right
collect.
there.
I want to collect my bees, my hornets, and grab my wives from the Magister Tower and Kadar. So I'm going to be wandering around a little bit.
All right,
Also,
so not going to Pergolith right away then.
not immediately. Also, kind of important. Probably we should have a conversation with the Triarch about Hobgoblin activity in the region.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
And Imperial activity in the region.
Yep.
Fair enough.
I'm sure they'll have something to say about the Dreadnought turning up.
Yeah, here's the thing though. Last I remember, there was neither side were supposed to have these classes of ships in these waters.
That's
I
certainly a
don't actually know
diplomatic
what the
faux pas,
treaty
but there's no
is.
treaty saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do XPs.
Sure.
Mechanics.
We lobby for inspiration for Tan and Ursula.
Yeah, absolutely. To have more than deserved it.
I will pass that inspiration on to someone else that doesn't have.
I will have to do the same. Yeah.
I will take some.
So
Yeah, sure. Cheers.
Nahia and DCL.
All right. Sweet.
All right. All right. So you still have 12 days before the deep chill of winter sets in. So yeah, you got some time to meander about, get things done.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple of days to get everyone gathered up, and then
We can,
have a feast.
no, Kina.
What?
Kina, we can get could get to New Kadar in like less than a day.
Well, we also have to go to. I also have to get my hornets from Dethic Dale.
Oh yeah, so
I want to see my
2
my
days.
children.
And at the same time, actually, I imagine that the regen potions just get sent out to the tower and down to Dethic Dale, respectively, right?
I think Dave.
You mean Adrene? But yeah,
Sorry, yes.
they got
Adrene.
mailed.
Yes.
Cool.
Jacquard sent the Pony Express along.
Dope.
By which you mean he made up horse girl just walked into town.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's a pony delivered at Express.
All right. Also, yeah, I cannot wait until Karn Dad gets to meet Siggy. That's gonna be fucking epic.
Fucking lie. I can't actually wait for the boomer to
Yeah.
find out that his regicidal son is also seeing a strong, independent woman, Lion Fang.
Yeah, specifically a Lion Fang who, whose ancestor killed the last emperor.
That means all that means is that you've married an expert, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why that would be a problem.
And actually, strong, independent woman would be appropriate for a hobgoblin who wants to be the emperor, since that's where the imperial harem comes from. All of the women who who are so patriotic that they pretend to be men and fight, and as soon as they're discovered, they are forcibly married to the emperor.
It's a great honor,
It's
to
like
be fair.
it's like an expedient version of Mulan.
Mulan, but they lose like a third of the way into the movie and then become fuck dolls.
It's okay. Strong heirs for the Empire. So, did you explore a new interesting location for the first time? No, not really. You didn't go anywhere new. Did you discover an interesting truth about the world?
The lightning sword of the Empire.
That's true. That is the first time that's ever come up. Great Imperial Regalia blade. Did you make a new ally or a lasting enemy? I don't think you met any new NPCs this session.
I think we successfully didn't make an enemy out of the prince. I guess I'll have to be happy with that.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Did you advance or complete a quest?
Yes, we finished the island.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You finished Wolfclaw Keep out, sure.
We've
Did you
also, as far
discover
as
a new?
seen,
Go ahead.
completed cast quest now that the Imperial routed the Amazons that would have been chasing us. Not the Imperial, now the Navy.
Did you discover a new page in a campaign story?
I mean, we learned about Sunny being officially cleared in. She is just, in fact, a great big baby.
No, confirming that Manticore Aqua is just Manticore Aqua does not count.
At least Aqua still tried.
Oh God, she is just Manticore Aqua. Well, no, she is, except she doesn't have the rancid personality. Never mind.
Yeah,
It's true. She's not as much of a bitch. She's just a baby.
she's baby instead of bitch baby.
Or as Tassie said, she's just a little bitch. It's such a big bitch.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know.
I think this is
Tom's dad?
Huh. Actually, yeah, I think even Tarn hasn't unlocked many pages in his dad's companion story now that I think about it.
So, sounds like 2 XP.
Wow.
I mean,
Help.
did we not get the companion story thing?
What exactly have you discovered about Tarn's dad then?
I mean, there was also the thing I suggested in text.
Oh, sorry, I haven't been looking at text. I've had the other thing open.
Oh yeah, Tarnavak having to fight moon giants as a teen soldier.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know that counts absolutely. So 3 XP.
Yay.
9 away from the unseen number. We've never even seen this baby cranked up to 11 before.
Ah!
All right, you successfully avoid what I think is would have been the first 2 XP session. Yeah, it's just a sea of 5s, 4s, and 3s in this
Give
giant
me
document.
the power. I want
You
the
guys
berry.
are so close.
I want the berry.
No fairy.
I've
No iframes
waited
in this game,
the
boy.
entire time.
All
My
right.
entire life is culminating in this moment where I get fucking iframes. I can't have you do this to me.
I need it.
DCL's just turgid with the idea of being able to parry fireballs.
Yes.
Question. What's the financial degradation of the treasure we found?
I'll fucking worry about that after session.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can split that up after I do the sign off. So if you are watching on YouTube or Twitch, thanks for tuning in. That's it for this week. We will see you next time. Till then, have a good one and do take care.